What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy. You're watching Warfels Morphs. No issues this time. No issues. Everything's starting off smooth and no complications yet. Anyway, I don't want to jinx it. No complications yet. So, before we get into tonight's live, which we have Chris from B S Reptilia joining us, I want to say thank you to Angie and Jeff at Celtic Balls. They featured me on their channel on their breeder highlights, and Angie and Jeff, just so you guys know, I think I watched it like 2 or 3 times because I love the intro. You guys really struck a heart chord with me on that one. I truly and greatly appreciate all the love and support. And I really like that episode. I loved Angie on the intro. I loved after you guys played my intro, you guys are staring back. It was just funny. I laughed. I loved it. Another thing as well, Nicole from Lady Tiz Exotics just recently did a live here with Ozzy, and sadly I missed it. I forgot all about it somehow. I'm rewatching it now, so if you guys haven't watched that yet, make sure you check out her channel and watch that, because from what I've seen so far, it was a great live. Ozzy was one person that I had originally planned. I had him coming on, and so I don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened, but Nicole got her on, and Nicole got him on, and it was it's an awesome live so far from what I've gotten to watch. So make sure you guys check that out. Now let's welcome Chris to the show. What's up, Chris?
Hey, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, brother. I am doing good. We've got a full house already, and the chat is popping.
I see that.
We've got Will from Will's Heli Heat.
What's up, Will?
We've got Kike from Boas Balls.
That guy.
We've got you in the chat. We've got Phil. We've got Creative Genetics. We've got John from Inquiline. We've got Kevin from 4S's Pythons. We've got Sean from Pod and Joy. Kevin had just messaged me earlier this evening about, I think he's actually going to be coming to the barbecue. So that's pretty cool.
That's 4S's, right?
Yeah, that's 4S's.
Yeah, I told him to reach out to you, definitely.
Yeah, he did today, and I told him, yeah, dude, it's like, come on up. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we've got Ed. Look in the background.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know, Ed's an amazing dude. I've gotten to talk to him a couple different times so far, and he went and made these acrylic logos for Chris and I that are on like a hockey puck, and you can change the color, and like they're absolutely just freaking awesome. Like that's just cool. That was like one of the neatest things I think I've actually seen done and implemented in a long time. And Chris's looked really good. His logo looked awesome on it too. Show yours off, brother.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to see it with all the fluorescent light, but now it came out beautiful.
Yeah, dude, it looks great.
Awesome.
So if anybody is interested in having one of those done up, get a hold of me or Chris, and we can hook you up with getting a hold of Ed, because those are definitely, like, I can't wait to get mine and put mine. I don't know where I'm even going to put it yet, but it will always be in the background, I guarantee you.
They change colors.
That's right. You can change the color.
Green. You can do all kinds of other shades, purples. Yeah, it's great, man.
Yeah, see, I can't wait. I mean, mine will always be green, but you never know. All right, we've got Angie and Jeff from Celtic Balls. We've got Adam from Proper Royals. I guess I should be clicking on these names here. I apologize. Here, we'll go through.
Adam, Jeff, Angie.
Reptile Lifeline, which I believe you're a new face to the chat, so thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate all the support. Great. I always love seeing new faces. We've got Jeremy and Holly from Snakes for the Memories.
Holly.
We got Bosa Balls Jr., which I forget Kike's son's name. I know it got brought up in some live, and I can't remember it. I'm sorry. If you can, drop your name, Bosa Balls Jr., in the chat there, so that way I know. And I'll try to remember. I'm terrible with names, everybody. Anybody that knows me, it takes me a while for names to sink in. That's also why it's nice to have people put their names up by their brand name. Helps people like me get things straight. Let's see here. I think okay, Jose. Okay, that's it, Jose. All right. And we just had Chad join in. So what's up, Chad?
Dude, better be there, John.
Not only are we gonna be talking snakes and stuff, but anybody that's a Star Wars fan, we're definitely gonna have to go up to the man cave and nerd out a little bit. Because pretty sure Chad, everybody's got to keep an eye on Chad. He might try to walk off with some stuff. You never know. He says, I sound disappointed. No, Chad, it's always a pleasure to have you in the chat, brother. I greatly enjoy talking with you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's get in. Like, I'm not going to lie. Tonight's show is slightly, like, I really don't have an agenda. I don't have a schedule, list of questions, really. Figured Chris and I, we get along that great. We've talked enough. I think we can just kind of really just run and rock and roll with this one. And I'm sure we can basically cover probably all but 3 hours, if not more, which I can't go over 3 hours tonight, but I don't think we'll have any problem.
It's all good.
Chances, maybe some trades, Star Wars and snakes. Actually, dude, that sounds.
There you go.
Oh man, that would be a really awesome, like, live stream name, Star Wars and snakes. Like, oh man, that'd be really good if like there's enough people that like Star Wars in our group here. We've got Gershon from GP Snakes tuning in as well. What's up, Gershon? All right. Before I get into asking questions and we going through all that fun stuff, let's do my sticker shout outs, starting with Gershon from GP Snakes. Did a sticker swap with Gershon, so everybody make sure you check Gershon out. I already have your one sticker hanging up, Gershon. Normally I wait, but since you gave me two of the exact same, I was like, awesome, I can hang one up like right away. And I've got Isaac from 49th Street Pythons, which that's an awesome logo too. Seeing stuff like this makes me think I should have done something fancier with my logo. Like, I don't know. I like simple, but then I see stuff that's actually like got stuff to it. It's like, man, maybe I should have tried a little bit harder with it. And then we've got Upscaled Pets, which they've actually sent a couple different stickers.
Interesting.
You got this one. Let me make sure I hold it. That one. This one, which I think this is really cool. It's simple, but it's kind of, I don't know, gemmy like. Yeah. It reminds me like a diamond or something. It's really cool.
And then there's design.
And then also a pin. So pretty cool. And then a really neat card. And one thing that really wowed me with this, I've not seen this done like ever. He actually sent it with like a wax thing. So I thought it was pretty cool. Like, it's like old timey type of deal, like colonial stuff. I thought that was a really neat touch. So I'm actually planning on saving the envelope too. I save all sorts of stuff. All right, let's see. There were a couple more people I thought I saw pop up. Jonathan, thanks for tuning in.
What's up, John?
And Simpled. What's up, Simpled?
Simpled.
Let's see, I think they had commented on one of my other videos here recently. So they're new to the channel, I do believe, but I greatly I can't speak today. I greatly appreciate all the support, everybody. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, and as well, make sure you guys go check out Chris at his Instagram channel. All of his all of his social media information is down below in the description. So make sure you guys follow him on Instagram and everywhere he is, and definitely hit that sub button for me. We are going to be doing the 700 sub giveaway today, which if you haven't already, make sure you guys go to the last live video. I think it was episode 19, because I think this is 20, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, Pretty sure this is episode 20. So go back to episode 19. It's with Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons, which is a huge tug twister. And if you're in the running to get a Warfels Morse front license plate for your car, or if you just want to hang it up on your wall somewhere, it's pretty cool. Really nice quality. It is metal, and a bunch of stickers. So you have to comment on the last live video with Infinite Possible Pythons, and that puts you into the running to win this and some stickers. And we will be doing that probably about mid-show. So just be ready for that, everybody. Like I said, make sure you're commented because there wasn't that many comments on it. I was kind of surprised. But hey, maybe not everybody wants a free front license plate. I don't know. But anyway, Chris, tell us about yourself. What got you into this hobby? And if I look like I'm doing something, it's because I'm getting that free pick thing set up.
All right. Sounds good, man. I basically, got into reptiles as a young kid and was bringing stuff in the house, snakes, all kinds of crazy stuff in my pockets, and drove my dad nuts. And it grew from there. I went frogs, always liked turtles, all that stuff. And then I started collecting really in about, I want to say it was like 9th grade or so. And I started collecting. I got my collection up to about 40 or so animals. And it was various things. It wasn't just, Burmese pythons or just ball pythons or just rat snakes or whatever. It was a little bit of everything. I had a pair of bloods. I had a pair of boas. I had 3 iguanas. I just had a mixed mash, a collection. I wasn't breeding, so to speak, then, but I was developing into that, I guess you could say. So yeah. I had about 40 animals. And then I guess it was, I started kind of, after I graduated high school, I kind of started falling out of the loop. I was driving, I graduated high school, girls, partying, and just went one way, and I ended up getting in some trouble. So my whole collection got liquidated, everything just gone. Because, let's face it, the animals didn't deserve to be neglected. So a good friend of the family got rid of them all. It was actually an old teacher, Mr. Leonard Knapp. He was in the Penridge School District, a real great guy. And he's kind of the guy that really got me into going to shows and into not the community, but just what else is out there besides a pet store. And you go to your first reptile show, you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
So that was when I was 19. And then I got away from that stuff. And then about 91, or yeah, not 91, about 13 years ago, my buddy came up to me and he was like, 2013. He said, "Hey, he's like, I've been looking at snakes. I'm thinking about getting a pet snake." And he knew that I had them from before, previous years. And I said, "Oh, well, that's cool." I said, I'll look at it. And, if you have any questions, I'm not sure. I've always had common knowledge of reptiles, but I've just been out of the whole loop. And then I started surfing online and looked at all the freaking ball python morphs that have just changed from like 93 to 94 until 2013. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Mine was blown. And then before you know it, me and him were talking business ideas. We got 5 snakes. We built a little room. We built all homemade racks. Then we had 23 snakes. And we had 43. And then we had like 60. And we just, that first year we bought a gravid import female from Outback in 2000.
Oh, okay.
And we bought like 2 or 3 baby bags. Did you ever hear of them?
Yeah, like you basically get like, what is it, like 50 snakes or something like that in one lump sum essentially, or
however many you want. Yeah, 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever. And apparently they're supposed to be fresh hatched and sent off, but somebody already picks through them and picks out anything that would be obscure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got 2 of them, and we had a import lay for us. So we incubated that first year, hatched them pretty good, and then the bags were kind of just like, okay, we're going to be raising these things, so before we spend all this money on, say, $1,000 snake to have babies, and the babies are worth whatever, let's figure out how to raise these babies at $10 a piece that we got them for in the baby bags. They're all just a bunch of normals, nothing too exciting, but that gave us the experience of trying to get them to eat. And then once it did eat, assist feeding. And that was like, you're going right into it. You didn't even know warm up. So that kind of broke the ice and got us into it. And then every year after that, we just slowly been building the collection. So my buddy Jay, that's the B and BNS, Bracolic, his last name. So we were BNS Pythons, but then over the last couple of years, I took the collection in the route that I felt passionate about. He has his own business, so he's very, involved in that. And this is just kind of an enjoyment, something to get away get away from his regular business of life and just come hang out and play with the snakes, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I started migrating the collection into what I wanted to work with besides ball pythons. The majority of the collection is ball pythons. I think we're a little over 150 or 60 ball pythons alone.
Wow.
And then, so then I went off into Pituophis, the pine snakes, bull snakes, gopher snakes. I picked up some Mexican black kings.
And one of those came from Nathan, if I remember the story correctly.
It did correct, and I think he sired a clutch. I'm not sure. I had both males, so I used both and just ran them throughout both of my females just for better fertility odds. So yeah, that came from Nathan. And then we got some boas, and then I had those 2 blood pythons when I was younger. And I said, I got to get more blood pythons. Those things, they wowed me from the beginning. So we got a couple pairs of bloods. And just slowly building on. We got a white lip that we added. We added some womas. So
whoa. Back this train up here once. Back this train up. You have a white lip.
Yep, I got a female white lip in, yeah.
Can you pull her out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pull her out. Dude, I love white lip pythons.
She just ate yesterday, so I'm not going to be too
that's good.
Bitter, but she should be good.
Stephen and Courtney from Leviathan Steaks, what's up?
What's up, Stephen?
I can't speak. Uniquely mutated morphs. That is a tongue twister too. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. I do have your question starred, so we'll get to that here in a minute. Tony, what's up? And Lady Tiz, what is up? Nicole, I gave you I don't know if you caught it in the beginning, but I gave you a shout out about your live there with Ozzy.
That was fire, her live, man.
Dude, I'm mad I missed it. I don't know why. Or I was moving topsoil with the wheelbarrow yesterday.
Oh, that sounds fun. That's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Dude, I'm sorry. White lip python. See, now you're getting me into a whole nother thing now.
Dude, she's gold and white. Is that humidifier messing it up in the background?
I mean, I don't know if I don't want to say it's messing it up. But Nicole, I am in the process of watching all that. I watched like the first, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes of it so far, and I really love that live. You see, dude, they're just gorgeous, and like when you get them out in the natural sunlight, the iridescence on them.
It's just the iridescence is crazy.
Now, how big will she get roughly?
I think they have max out around 5 or 6 foot. I'm pretty sure they don't get real thick.
Okay, so they stay kind of like a carpet python, but
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and semi-arboreal, so she'll get out of the rack system eventually, and I'll have Ed build me a custom cage if he's still building them by then.
Well, he's at least got to build me a couple, so
he's got to fulfill his orders first.
Yeah. He said I was talking to him yesterday. He said he's kind of smashed right now with orders. Yep. She's beautiful. She is gorgeous, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to work with her as she gets older and grow with her.
How long is she right now, roughly? Probably about what, 2 foot?
2.5, 3.
2.5.
Yeah, she's probably about 1.5 years old.
Okay. And she seems very well mannered too.
Very well mannered. Little uptight at first, but she adjusts real quick.
Okay.
I'm very keen on trying to work with them as much as I can because I have a 2-year-old son, as you know, and no fear, man. They jump right in the cage. I open the cage. He went right in and touched a female the other night on eggs, and I'm like, "Whoa, buddy!" He just goes. Eh.
I was gonna say when I went to pull our first clutch, what day was that? Tuesday, maybe? Yeah, I guess it was Tuesday. Kara said she's like, you should take Hadley down and let her see the eggs. So I thought, okay, Hadley came down, my wife came down, Dom came down because he was filming, and we left Hadley look at the snake on eggs, and right away she went to reach. She's like, "Oh no, 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 honey, no, we're not."
Any other time, but right now.
Yeah, any other time, but not right now. Because I mean, the second her little hands started going in there, that female's head whipped around and she locked on her right away. It's just like, nope. And which she did not appreciate that at all. That caused a fit, and yeah. So
getting the kids involved though is great. Like we were pulling another clutch of eggs, and I was spinning them around, hitting finding the veins and everything, and the embryo, and making them point to it, and like going through the process. It's just neat being interested into that, you know.
Oh, dude, it's great to get the kids into it. Hadley loves it. Dom, he's not as into it as I would like, but I think once he starts seeing what all this grows up to be in another year or two, I think he'll get hooked on it. He'll see what it can do, and then that will drive more of the passion, because the snake that laid was in fact his female. So he's going to start to see a little bit of return on his own girl, which don't get me wrong, everybody, I don't think you should be breeding snakes if you're in it for the money. But let's face it, teenagers, money talks a lot to teenagers.
Absolutely.
But when he was little, he loved snakes and everything. I think right now he's just at that teenager point of life.
How old is he?
15.
Okay, yeah. So, girls are coming around. He's going to start driving soon. That's what happened to me when they come and go.
I think all of us have been there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I cannot say this for some reason. This is a very tongue-twisted name. Uniquely Mutated Morphs asks, do you all prefer clear tubs versus gray tubs, and why? Now, I'll start off with that one real quick, just because I did a video on that, because one of my subs actually asked me that same question. Maybe it was you. I'm not entirely sure, but somebody did ask me that question, and I actually just filmed that last weekend. And I had to finish editing that, because I'm going to throw that out as my video this week, because your video about Coco to Go, Chris, was supposed to come out this week, but then Shane from Small Town Exotics dropped the thing about the chipper. So I thought, I'm going to let the hype on his drop off for a week. So I'm just kind of rearranging what gear I'm in.
That's cool.
So, and go ahead and answer that one, Chris.
Personally, I prefer the gray tubs. I feel like the females in the 5540 with the solid grays here do better than the homemade racks. I mean, my males are in the smaller tubs there, but I feel that the feeding response from the adult females in those is better. But then again, I do have some bigger females down below, right in here. This is almost like a 70 series tub down here.
Oh, and okay.
They're clear, but they're not clear. They're like opaque. They're almost like the
like a semi.
You know what I mean? If you look at the vivariums, they're kind of opaque. They're not clear, but they're opaque. There's another little guy for some eye candy.
Here, let me put you on the big screen here. Yoink. There we go. Now, what's that?
That is a toffee genetic stripe male.
Nice.
Yeah. Kind of hard to see once again, little shed skin on them there.
Very nice looking snake, though.
Yeah, we should have a clutch from him real soon, hopefully.
And you had even said that. Well, actually, hold on, before we get onto that, I prefer the all my hatchlings are in the semi-clear tub, so like the opaque ones, like what you just were showing. But I have all my adults in clear tubs.
Clears, I remember.
Everybody can see that, but all mine are in clear tubs. I like the clear. Big reason is I don't always have to disturb the snakes. A lot of times I can look in through and see if they're locked up or not. Yes, a lot of times I still pull it out, depending on how far back they are. But sometimes they're up towards the front. I can look in, see what's going on, and I don't need to open the tub. Feeding night is the big one. Feeding night, I know exactly where they're at. So I know if I need the snake hook, to pull that tub open.
I like the surprise.
I wasn't paying attention Friday night. I was feeding. I fed everybody Friday night because I feed every other week for 90% of the collection. But I didn't look in the one hatchling tub to see where they were. And right as I opened that up, dude, she came. I think it was my pastel yellow belly. Like as soon as she saw daylight, she was flying out, and that mouth was open. I jumped back. It scared the hell out of me.
Oh, yeah. I almost got hit in the face the other night too. I had rats in here, and I'm just like, oh, how's he doing? Woof, came right out. Even with the clear tub, I'm just like, what?
See, because I was on Gershon's live Friday night, and I fed after that, and I completely had a brain fart that I had rats thawing in here for like several hours, and like I do it all the time. But I guess I was just, off pace because of being on the live, and I was amped up and from talking with Gershon, and yeah, I just wasn't. It was a complete moment lack of judgment on my call, and yeah. All right, we had Chip jump in here. Chip, what's up?
Chip.
Jeremy number 2, Jeremy Ball.
Jeremy 2.
Jeremy, I gotta say. That girl I got from you dude, my God, you open up that tub, she's ready to eat every time, I swear.
I'm jealous.
Dude, I love that girl. I'm anxious for everybody to get to see her in person.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. I think that catches us up. I think I said hi to Nicole. Tight Grip Pythons, what's up?
Every time Jeremy posted stuff about that Partho clutch, I was always commenting, "You selling it in them? What are you doing with all that?" And then I don't follow Morph Market a lot because I already spent enough money this year. So It popped up, and you're like, "Oh, look what I got!" And I'm like, "What? How did that happen?" Damn it.
It was I know everybody probably gets slightly tired of hearing it, but like I think it was during. I think Adam had T from Keys Constrictors on his live. And I think the two of them were talking about that Partho clutch. And they were saying about how if Jeremy would ever sell any of them, they'd be jumping in line for it. And like the next day at work, I was waiting on a dump truck, and I just thought, I'm going to pull out my phone and just check Instagram quick. And that was like the second picture that popped up. And 50-some people had already liked it. And I was like, man, there's no way that it's still available. So I was just, what the hell? What do I have to lose? Jeremy will tell me it's sold.
Right time,
so
right place, man.
I sent him the message, and he goes, yeah, it's still here. I was like,
sold.
And then about that time, Adam from Proper Royal sends me a message. He goes, dude, are you getting that girl? It's either you or me. She's going with one of us. Freaking hilarious.
That was great.
I think because Adam's still determined to get one of the females from Jeremy. So I think that's what he's hitting at there. Wait, what were you gonna say, Chris? I'm sorry.
I was just commenting on that female.
Now I lost my with the clear tub. So yeah, that's why I like the clear. I know a lot of people like the gray. I like to be, and also I feel like it gives the snake a little bit of a day-night cycle.
True.
I still have the window here in the basement, so I get some natural day and night cycle. The carpets are still on lights at the moment since they're not in PVCs. That gives a slight day-night cycle. So I don't know. I don't think you can really go wrong. I think either or, it gives them a sense of security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I run a light timer, so I still adjust it to with the season. So I'll make my days shorter in the winter months when I'm cooling and stuff like that, and make them longer. Like right now they're up at 14 hours already.
Oh, okay.
I do it.
So you have your actual room itself on a timer then?
Yeah, this whole room's on a timer. So all these cages with the Dumerals, boas, and the scrub pythons and the Nicaraguan, they all come on when the fluorescents in the room come on. So they're all on the light cycle. And the same thing with the North American species. They're in another room because they all need to be in the heated room. So they're all on a timer. So yeah, when the season's changing, so in the fall I'll start making their days shorter in both rooms and dropping temperatures, because those you got to brumate. You put them in hibernation for 3 months.
Now, do you like, is that a must in order to breed them, or is that something that's just suggested to do?
You know, it's what they do in the wild.
Okay.
It's Mother Nature. So I imagine they may breed without a cool down, but I don't think it triggers a lot of the natural instincts. Because let's face it, when we're breeding these animals, all we're doing is trying to replicate what Mother Nature does. Ball pythons are one of the simplest. That's why they're the most popular to breed, and because of all the different colors. But you don't almost really have to cool them down. You can breed all year round. Some people just use ambient, some don't use any belly heat. But I think for animals that actually shut down and go into a hibernation, I think they need that for their body to develop the follicles, and a lot of the feeding in the spring triggers them to do that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Ken, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. And we had PJ, which is con worker. Thanks for tuning in.
PJ, okay. Rob's in.
Oh, Rob just joined in too. About darn time, Rob. You're never late.
He's commenting on all these eggs up here and telling me I'm going to be busy. So I'm going to see if he wants to come up and do like a little internship and clean some snakes. We'll barter with him.
Yeah, he might take you up on that, because I think he's coming up. I think he said it on the last live. He's going to be coming up to PA to be doing something.
Yeah, cool.
Which I don't know if he's coming to the barbecue or not. I forget.
Yeah, I don't think he committed.
I know I have a list of who that I remembered to write down was. I figured I'll do a last minute head count there a couple weeks before.
Thanks.
But now you said you had a clutch that is ready to be pulled.
She just laid sometime today. I came in this afternoon and she was on them. So yeah.
So who in the chat here would like to see a live clutch pulling? So I think that's a neat touch. That's something that does not happen every day, and I think that'd be pretty cool.
Rob's in. He's hired. All I had said was barter for snakes, and he was in.
He's like, sold. Boom.
Yeah, this clutch is interesting. It was from a female that I believe she is only 2 years old. No, she's actually no, she's older than I thought she was. She was in 18. She was a late 18. But I didn't think she was going. I thought she reabsorbed, and I was kind of just like, whatever. I don't want to rush her. I don't rush anything. If they show signs and they're 4 years old, you put a male. If they show signs and they're 2 years old, you put a male. It's all about condition and knowing your animals, I feel.
Yeah.
So I just kind of forgot about her and put her on the back burner, and then I had the ultrasound out, and I'm like, what the heck? Let me see what's going on. And I was like, holy crap. She was at like 38. And I was like, well, all right. Wow. Yeah, we're good.
Yes.
So I was like, whoo. So it was black pastel het pied to a black pastel het pied.
Fingers crossed you hit that.
So we could hit a panda.
Dude, that would be freaking awesome.
I'm
thinking the consensus is to pull it.
All right, I'll get the box.
Rob says do it. Will says pull those eggs like Chad pulls on. On his.
Yeah. Oh well. Hey, the funny thing about Will, me and him have the same exact birthday. 7/8.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Do you have to do your pick of the week?
I do, but I don't know if you want to do it now or if you want to.
It doesn't matter. If you want to do that, I can get the egg box ready and get her situated at that point so everything can be seen.
All right, that works. Yep, perfect. Dude, that's actually perfect timing. All right, let's do that.
Go.
All right, my picks of the week, everybody. Again, as always, it's hard to always out of my feet. It's hard to pick what is like everything's so awesome looking. So I have 4 picks of the week again. So pick number, we'll count down. So pick number 4, and like I said, they're all amazing. So I can't really say that this is the worst. No, this is an awesome one from RP Reps. It's Super Gravel Pastel Clown, and that thing is freaking awesome.
Wow.
I mean,
what is that?
yeah, it's a super gravel pastel clown.
Ew.
Thing's freaking nasty. It is awesome.
That looks DG.
Yeah, it does. Like, that's just nuts. So that there, I thought definitely deserved to be in pick of the week.
That is something special.
All right, now the next one. I gotta make sure I do these in order because I screwed up on my numbering. Leave it to me, screw things up.
You're human.
Yeah, this one is from Riley's Reptiles. Of course, everybody knows I gotta throw some carpets out there. But this is a female caramel albino citrus tiger that he produced, and that thing is just gorgeous. I can't wait to see what that looks like as an adult, but she's just stunning looking.
Look at the
and you figure, I mean,
the tail.
Yeah, like you figure, like, they go through such a huge color change from baby to adult. If she looks that stunning as a baby, I mean, she's gonna definitely be amped up and glowing as an adult.
Oh yeah.
All right, the next pick is from Ozzy Boyd's, and it's a weirdo cryptic, possibly. I'm guessing is what he's thinking because he's got a couple question marks there. So that is a wicked looking animal as well. It almost looks like I'm thinking maybe there's leopard in the combination. My eyes are seeing leopard. I don't know what weirdo does exactly. I didn't get to watch Ozzy's video on that yet.
That video is great.
Is it? Okay. I haven't got it. I'm behind on some stuff, but that to me looks like there's leopard in the mix. Just for me, knowing what I know of leopard and doing with patterns.
The striping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The way the striping is, it's throwing leopard at me. So that is another stunning animal. And my number one pick of the week, I think that this is a world's first. I could be wrong, but they have a hashtag as world's first. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. But it is this. This is from Darren at Morelia by Design. I don't even know exactly what the combination is, but he's got the hashtag of silver pepper, hashtag jaguar, and then carpet python.
Probably
what's that?
It's probably an anathoristic jaguar, probably something else, but they're calling it the silver pepper.
Yeah, I mean, my love for Xanthic, and then you got that, and then the carpet python. It's like mind blown. That thing is just awesome looking.
That is beautiful.
I would love to see that in person. So that is my picks of the week, everybody. So let me know what you guys all thought about those. I think that those were pretty well-deserved places, especially that weirdo from Ozzy. They were all awesome. And yeah, Will said he just got a weirdo from Ozzy. Sweet.
Yeah, I think it's head cryptic too. Will was talking to him about it.
See, I need to watch that video from Ozzy because I want to know more about that because I've heard about a couple different traits that has.
Mm-hmm.
So John says, dope picks. Thanks, brother. All right. Are you ready to pull this clutch?
Yeah, she's out. Egg box is ready.
All right.
See how I could tilt this to maybe get a better view. So there she is.
This was what you said, black pastel het pod to a black pastel het pod.
Yeah. So can you see that? You can see her on there?
Yep, perfect. I'm actually going to make you big screen.
She kicked one out. So we got one there. It's a smaller egg, but don't look too bad. Not going to be able to see the veins probably. Oh, but
I thought she's going to get you. Ooh.
She's trying. She's
See,
not.
none of mine have been feisty yet. Thank
This
goodness.
this one doesn't need to be on eggs to be feisty.
Oh,
She's
she's just naturally.
She's always had an attitude.
See that the worst I had was the girl that's due to lay actually today. What is my killer bee girl, and she was the worst, and she was just huffing at me like crazy.
Oh yeah,
So
it's good, all clean. So yeah, she's all concaved out.
nice.
She's not a big female. I mean, she's decent size, but she's not huge.
Yeah, no, she's probably like what? Probably I'd say probably close to 17 normal, like out on when she's full bodied, maybe 15.
Might have been
17.
pushing about 2, but yeah, she got 2, 4, 6, 8 eggs. So
Nice.
very nice. And that's very good from a smaller female like that. Now, of course, the eggs are a little bit smaller, but it's all right.
And so yeah, that aspect of it I think is fine anyway.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
just
I mean,
how many years old is she?
she was an 18, late 18, so she's what 3.5,
4 years old, roughly about 4,
Yep.
3.5,
roughly.
4.
Yep.
So that's a really nice clutch for a female that
It's her
size
first
and that old. And it's her first clutch. Holy crap!
Yep, first clutch too. Yeah. So pull them apart just to candle them. I ran out of light diffusers and easy hatch trays, so we're just.
Well, are you still gonna be getting clutches when you come up for the barbecue?
I got a girl that just ovulated, so I should still be getting some.
I see, because if you need some, I have some light diffuser stuff all clipped up. Granted, I don't know what size egg box you use. Probably the same as me.
Yeah, a little normal shoebox size.
Okay, yeah.
We'll
So I have
see
some
how-
light diffuser too. If you need it, you can. I don't mind letting you have it.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. Nathan's got an extra box of Easy Hatch, so I might grab them from him because I got to see him for a few ASFs. The ASF king himself. Yeah, that guy can put 2 male. He could put 2 male ASFs in a tub and have a litter of babies in 3 weeks.
Oh, jeez. Angie and Jeff say it must be nice to run out of hatch trays.
You know, there's things could be worse.
Yeah. Now we did have one question here. I don't want it to get lost because I started. But Rodom Raised Man, which is I guess his name is Kadar. He said he's new here. Any tips for someone looking into getting a breeding group of boas? Now I know you're breeding some boas, Chris. I know nothing about breeding boas. My buddy Mike does all that. So any boas that come from Warfels Morphs are actually from my buddy Mike, which is he's the guru on the boa end of Warfels Morphs. We're kind of partnered up. So you want to go ahead and answer that one, Chris, because I think you're a good person to answer that.
Yeah, I mean, what was the exact question? Is he looking for a breeder group?
I guess it was. I just unstarted. Oh wait, no, I goofed. Let me find it here.
Well, that's all right. I mean,
are there any tips for looking into getting a breeding group of boas? That's a nice clutch.
My personal advice on that would be, instead of trying to find a breeder group, try to find a group that is about like 2 to 3.
Uh-oh. What happened? We lost Chris. We'll give Chris a minute here while we're waiting on him to come back. Actually, let me text him. Let him know that we lost him. We lost you. Hopefully he's not going and informing everybody and not realizing he's not on. See, there's always something going on here on the lives here. So this is how you know it's live. Okay, he's coming back. He just sent me a message. What's up, Socio Serpents? Thanks for tuning in. All right, I think that catches me up. Anyway. Oh, I'm just drawing a blank here, everybody. I'm sorry. Phil says cliffhanger. Nicole says Ozzy has some insane boa babies right now. I know my buddy Mike had his pairings for boas were nuts this year, and for whatever reason, his females just did not go. He had an amazing past, his last 2 years have been absolutely out of this world as far as litters. For whatever reason, this year it was just a big flop for him. He did get one really nice baby out of one litter. The rest of it was the babies either died shortly after birth or it was the female slugged out, basically.
Hey,
what'd you do?
I went to push the computer screen up so I could talk, and my finger was on the X out, and it's a touch screen, so I X'd right out of StreamYard. My bad. So where were we? So the boas. I recommend getting like a 2 to 3 year old pair or babies, because if you get adults, they are going to take a year or two to adjust anyway to your climate, atmosphere, your room. And it's definitely going to be different than where you purchased them from. So you're going to be waiting a year or two anyway, I feel. So this way it gives them some time to get comfortable and feel relaxed and just good in your atmosphere and your collection. Boas are different than ball pythons. Ball pythons, you can, get one shipped and a male will breed for you in 4 weeks, you know what I mean, after he's out of quarantine or whatever. You can ship females, grab it, and they'll still lay good eggs. So boas are different. They're touchier and a little bit more difficult.
See, that's what my buddy Mike tells me, is that boas are it's just a different animal. Yep. It's kind of like a Corvette or Ferrari, maybe.
I'm going to go throw these in the incubator real quick.
All right. No, you're good. All right. Since we're at 35 people, if you haven't already, go to the last live video. It should be episode 19, I think it is, with Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons. Make sure you guys comment on that video, because I will be doing the spin to win here very shortly. Hopefully I don't screw that up. But I'll be doing the spin to win on that, and someone will get to win front license plate, which you can hang up in your snake room or wherever, and even on your car if you want, and some stickers. So go to that video. It was, like I said, it was Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons was the guest. I think it was number 19. Go to that video and comment on that video. That gets you in for the running to win. We will be doing that spin to win here very shortly. Actually, you want to do it now, Chris?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go for it if we're ready.
Right. Let me see. Let me figure out how to do this. This part here is the whole new thing.
I can show off some holdbacks.
Ooh, we can do that.
While you're clicking it up. Oh, did it come up quick? All right.
Yeah. Good. All right. Well, that part came up. Let's see. Can you guys see the screen that I'm on right now?
Yep.
All right. 4 plus 5 would be 9.
We need some help from the chat.
I was gonna say, nobody make fun of me. I suck at math. Okay, I willingly know that. All right. You two.
What's another?
All right, hold on here. Start now. Continue.
You're almost done.
What?
Click open file in the top right to continue.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Looks like you got to do another math question.
Yeah, but why do I have to do another? Because that's the URL. So that'd be 11.
I think you got to check off all those boxes.
No, I think you only check what you want.
Oh, okay.
I think. Here, we'll do that once. All right. Okay. Maybe I didn't go down far enough. All right. I'll give one last call, everybody. If you want to be into this, comment now. I'll redo this math question. I'll give you 1 minute. Or Chris, you got another snake you want to show us quick?
Oh yeah, we can give him another minute.
All right, we'll give him another minute.
So this guy.
Hold on, let me put you on the big screen. Go and check out
into the Calico project.
Oh, dude, Calico.
So Pastel Enchi. Turn it away a little bit. Pastel Enchi ODYB Calico.
Dude, that is a killer combination. And look, oh my god, dude, that is awesome looking. OD and Enchi were meant to have Calico with it.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
the oranges and the yellows are insane.
Yeah. That is freaking awesome.
Hopefully next year we'll be able to breed him. Hopefully he'll be up to size. He's probably pushing about 500, 600 grams now. So.
Oh, okay. So he's all but there.
He's got time. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Now we're going to try to do this. All right. We're going to do one more math question here. We'll see if it changes. Sure. All right. We got a couple more extra comments. All right. Here we go. Who gets the win? John from Inquiline is the winner.
Yeah.
Congratulations, John. So John, you get. Oh, let me pull up. So, John, I'm pretty sure you're going to accept the gift. So I don't think I need to do a fallback winner here on this one, if I had to guess. Make sure, John, you send me your information, and I will get that sent to you. Either I can wait to send it with your shirt, or if you want it right now, I can send it to you this coming weekend. But let me know, and we'll get it all figured out. So let me show you the stickers you get too, brother. I'm going to make you small here, Chris, for a minute.
Yeah, that's good.
So, John, you get, as you saw.
So you get the new stickers?
The license plate. You get what I consider a special edition colored Warfels Morse hollow sticker.
Oh, man.
Where the zebra bee, well, technically is white, but it's like silver on here, so it's really cool. And the carpet python is yellow, so it looks basically like Xena. You get the old logo sticker for aesthetics on hollow. Yeah, the OG. You get the OG non-fancy, and you get an original, or the new actual all green new logo. And if they come in time, I do have another order of stickers coming, which I think is going to be the plain. It's the new logo, but just no hollow finish. But I have that all together for you, John. Like I said, message me and we'll get everything worked out. But congratulations. And thank you, everybody, for all the love and support. I greatly appreciate it. 800 subs. I think I'm going to do a shirt giveaway. So let's get the 800. I know we're at like 7. We were just shy of like 730. I think we were at like 727 or something like that. So I think we'll hit 800 really quick.
Hey, man, when you hit 1,000, I'll donate something.
Sweet. You hear that, everybody? We hit 1,000. Chris said he'll donate something, dude. Thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for 1,000 subs. I was thinking of like a snake, but I got to see what, where we're at production wise and what's coming out here in the clutches.
Yeah.
I need to get clutches hatching too.
All comes. Give it time.
Before I can give a snake away, I need to hatch some snakes. But maybe we'll do like a snake giveaway or something, and whatever Chris decides to donate, which that's very generous, dude.
I'll donate an animal.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. You hear that, everybody?
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Anything.
All right. So let's get into a little bit more about you. Let's go and dive into a little bit more of the different species you're working with more exactly. Like your blood pythons. That's something where a lot of people don't work with because of the reputation of a terrible attitude, which I know isn't necessarily true. I know some are nasty little nippy things.
It can be.
I don't think that they deserve that bad rap that they have.
They don't have to be, though.
Yeah,
not at all.
So what exactly genes are you working with as far as they go? And can you even pull any out?
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know. Okay, awesome. I'll just keep you on the big screen.
Right now, we're working with T positives, just regular bloods, T positive bloods. We also have a batik male T positive and a female T positive. So everything we're hatching is going to be T positive, and the batik is a co-dominant, like in ball pythons. So some of the babies will be batik and some will just be regular, but they'll all be T positives. So we got 10 eggs cooking from her. She's got a clutch in the oven. And then we have I picked up a Sumatran, which is the black ones. Yeah.
Does she have a chrome head?
I think she has a darker head. I like the dark. I like straight dark. I'm not a big fan of the chrome heads. I love them. They're beautiful.
Yeah. But see, when I had one years ago, it took me a while to jump on getting it because I refused to get one that did not have the chrome head. Now, I don't know if a lot of people know this. Excuse me, but blood pythons and Sumatrans are able to. I don't know how they do it. My one GHI does it, but they can change the tone and like the coloration of their head. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So like my Sumatran would go from like a black head like that to a just flat out chrome looking head. Oh my god, dude, that makes me want one so bad again.
Oh yeah, this is a Sumatran. She's real dark, just real dark. A little bit of white. She's going in the shed, so she's a little pasty. But
dude, she's still gorgeous. That there's why I love that species.
I wouldn't say she's a chrome head just because of her head being more of a brownish.
Yeah, she's a little darker than a chrome head, but dude, she's just gorgeous. I love that makes me want another one. Darn it, Chris. That's the only bad thing. I love having everybody here in the chat get to see some beautiful snakes, but in the long run, it ends up making me spend money. Darn it!
Hopefully next year she'll be ready. She didn't have the size on her for this year to breed, and neither did the male. I have a male T positive Sumatran. I got him from Elijah up at I just drew a blank. Juggernaut.
Okay.
You heard him before?
I think I've heard the Juggernaut name, but I've never talked to him.
Besides cold-blooded novelties, he's got the best blood pythons, you could bet.
Okay.
So that's the T-positive Sumatran.
Oh, wow.
So it's more of a yellow and caramels.
Yeah.
But his head is just orange. Like, I know it's getting a reflection, but it's just an orange head.
Dude, that is just in all honesty, I had no idea that there was a T positive in Sumatrans.
Yeah, they have T positives now in Borneos as well. They're a little out of my price range right now, though.
Well, I know I saw the what was it, the piebald blood pythons.
I inquired about them as well.
Just for curiosity's sake, what was the number?
For a pair of hets, 12.5.
Oh,
visual female was over 20.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me though. That doesn't surprise me. That was
that's nuts.
Now, do you think that blood pythons are going to be something that gains a little bit of traction after enough breeding them and everybody working with them? And
definitely, I think so. I think the ball pythons are kind of like the gateway to everything, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree with that. Everybody gets them and they're like, want something that does blood pythons don't do more, but there's nothing more impressive. I mean, other than like a huge Burmese or a big retic, but an adult blood python, I mean, that they're thick, they're not overly huge, but I mean, you hold one, that's a big snake.
Yeah, you know you're holding a snake.
John says that he thinks bloods are the next big thing.
This is the mom that just laid the big T positives. Now you can see how the T positive bloods are more orange and red. It's like the caramel albino. But I mean, you can see how she's huffing a little bit, but she's a little underweight. She needs to put some weight on from laying her eggs, but it's only been a month. I don't know if the reds and oranges are picking up on her.
No, I mean, it's coming through pretty good on mine.
Yeah. But yeah, this girl is beautiful.
See, man, blood python. That was this takes me back, dude. The female I had years ago, she was about 6 foot long. She was just a regular red blood. I got her from a pet shop, but she was a puppy. She was a puppy dog. I mean, completely tame, never bit anything like that. But she got about 6 foot long and was about 26 pounds. I mean, she was a big girl.
Yeah. Yeah, this girl's she's only about 3.5, 4 foot long. And she's maybe 10, maybe 8.
Okay.
I mean, she's not, I don't really overfeed her. The only time I feed her heavy is when I'm breeding her, when I know she needs the calories. Yeah. But other than that, she's maybe 2 medium rats a month.
Oh, okay. See that when I had mine, I was feeding that one. What was it? I think it was maybe a larger, might have been more like a medium rat a week. But I mean, she was, like I said, she was just big. Somebody didn't believe me how big she was, and I laid down on the floor, I think it was, and got her to crawl along. Oh, that's one of those.
That's the batik. That's the male. That's the sire to that.
Dude, I love those without the T positive in it, and you throw that T positive into there yet. Wow.
Yeah, the straight batiks are real red.
Yeah.
The T positive.
They're real red. The pattern on them almost reminds you of like a monsoon.
Totally. Yep.
Like
absolutely. Jaffe, what's going on? When I got this guy, I tried to figure out why I got such a good deal on him, because I got him for like $300 or $400 cheaper than what the market was going for. Oh, and I was a little skeptical at first. Well, once I opened up the box, I realized why. And he came out on fire. He was not happy to see anybody, but now look at him.
See, and that I think that's one, like, you got to work with them. All these species that have a bad reputation, you got to work with them, and that's
the beginning. The other part is a lot of people, they compare them to ball pythons and they think they got to have a hot spot of 90 for them, and you don't. These guys are on my bottom of my rack by the door, and I'm lucky if they stay 80, 82. Their lows drop to probably 75, 72.
Okay.
They like it a little bit cooler and a lot more humid than the balls.
I was going to say, yeah, and I noticed when I had mine, they love to burrow.
Oh, yeah.
They absolutely love to be underneath whatever they can be underneath.
Ambush hunters, man. They bury under the cocoa and just wait.
Yep. Now I really need a bigger snake room. I'm going to end up
slowly but surely. We're going to knock that wall out. We're taking over your whole basement. We got you. Phil's coming down. Me, Phil, we're going to work on your room with you.
We'll start it all at the barbecue, everybody. Barbecue was a hoax. It's a work party, not a barbecue now.
Yes.
Let's see if we can't build the snake room the rest of the snake room in a day. But no, I do in the future see. I would like to I'd probably end up going with the Sumatrans again. Yeah. I do love the bloods, but I for whatever reason, with the way Xanthic has taken control of me, I do think that I need more Sumatrans. And I think this is my niece, but she says my snake room's pretty big to me. Lexi, but the snake, I'm almost outgrown the snake room, and I'm not even at full capacity yet.
If you get the right rack set, you can fit a lot more in there.
Oh, I mean, I still have room to go vertical.
Yeah.
And I've got some other places where I can put like some whatever by like a 70-20 or 50-20 at another spot, another thing for hatchlings. But I keep looking at it in the long run as to when everything's full bore and I'm getting, X amount of clutches from the ball pythons, both of the carpets going. I mean, if you figure carpets lay what? I've heard of up to 30 eggs a pop.
Yep.
From a big female.
10 on up.
So I'm just thinking it's like, I'm going to have the ball python hatchlings. We have the carpet hatchlings. If I get into bloods, I'll have blood hatchlings. We just need a bigger room, everybody. We're going to beat this to the punch.
That's all the bloods we're working with right now. I'm hoping to get into the T-positive Borneos, but I gotta talk to Brass Man and see what they're like in next year.
Now, I'm sure some people that maybe aren't familiar with the different species. I don't even want to say species, but they're subspecies. What's the big difference between the bloods, the Sumatrans, and the Borneos?
Mostly the colors and patterns, and obviously the different traits that are found in them. I think the bloods get the biggest, the regular bloods, and I think the Borneos stay a little bit smaller, but I'm not positive. Don't quote me. And I'm not positive about the Sumatrans, but different localities, all pretty much the same snake, but just different localities. And the Borneos are real, they're real like polymorphic. So you know how people will breed cow kings for black and white, more black, more white, whatever. So with the Borneos, a lot of their traits are polymorphic like that. So if you have a lot that are zigzag pattern and you continue to breed them together generations, you continue to get more of a zigzag and stuff like that.
Okay. So that's something neat I didn't know about.
There is some morphs though as well in the Borneos as well.
Oh, okay.
Not as many as the others. Borneos are still like just getting there.
And Sumatrans are basically still they're still being discovered basically.
Yep, there's a T positive in the Sumatrans. There's no T negs in the Sumatrans or Borneos that I know of yet. I believe the pied is in the regular bloods.
Yeah, I think as I said, I think that's only in the regular bloods.
Yeah. And then in the Sumatrans, the polymorphism, you have the chrome heads, the pumpkin heads. And then you also have like the cherry bomb that's in the bloods. I believe that's a polymorphic.
No, what's the cherry bomb? I've never heard of that one.
Just a real intense line of red blood pythons. The cherry bombs, they get real red and dark red. And then when you take the cherry bomb into like the T negs or the T positives, it affects the shades of your oranges and your whites and your yellow, everything.
Oh, nice. So
yeah,
that would
pretty wild.
That'd be like key to getting something that looks like it's glowing basically on the sides.
Yeah, if you ever get the chance, check out Juggernaut. He's got a lot of good stuff. He's on IG and everything. And he's local. He's right in the Poconos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ken's think Ken's being a Ken. I got enough outlets, brother. I got enough.
Outlets for days.
Outlet king.
Right. You're the outlet king, and Adam's the sink king.
Yes. Hey, we all have to be known for something.
Yeah.
Adam has a sink we all dream about. I never have to look for an outlet.
I'm going down to visit Adam. Hopefully he spent some time with me down in Florida in September. And I'm going to get a picture. I'm just going to get horizontal on his sink and take a picture. I want to pose with it.
Oh, that's great, dude. That's gonna
make Nicole jealous.
Yeah, because I know Nicole has that sink too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
All right, let's see here. Let's what others let's just talk go down through all your species that you're going through and let's just talk with because you got a list, dude. You've got a list that I can't remember. I know there's boas and there's just everything. You've got everything.
I do have a lot. Let's jump into the boas.
All right.
Right now we have a pair of Costa Ricans that are gravid and a pair of Tarahumara mountain boas that are gravid. I'll get the gravid Tarahumara boa out. She's due probably in the next couple weeks, I would guess. She just does not look like she's huge. So that's fun. It's my first year for her. I bred the Costa Ricans 2 years ago, and she took a year off. We have 2 pairs of Longicatas. They're like the darker long-tailed Peruvians. I have a light phase and a dark phase of those. And then I have just another female Peruvian that's she looks like she's darker, but there's no real like lineage on her. I just kind of got her because I wanted one, and then these other 4 came along at a good deal, so I picked them up. Then we have a Nicaraguan. She's a pretty big girl. She's het T positive, and we have a male T positive. We bred them 2 years ago as well. She had 22 babies at litter. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing I think is neat about the boas is like there's so many of them.
So many. There's so many different localities and just different sizes and everything.
Rob wants to know if all boas do a live birth, which I think they do, right?
Correct. Yep. And anacondas are considered a boa because they're live bearers. They're like a water boa.
Okay. Kike.
Kike, I have Nicaraguans, man.
They're super normal, right? Are they super normals?
Nah, not really.
Okay, all right. Kike, they're out. We gotta find Kike a normal Nicaraguan boa.
All right. Well, she is normal. She's het T positive. She looks normal.
All right. Well,
there we go.
You're set, Kike. You're set. We got you, bro. We got you.
We got a trio of numerals boas. They're tough. They're tough to breed. I've been having hit and miss with them for the last couple years. We had 3 babies. Last October, she dropped the one female. 2 years prior to that, she slugged out, and then we had 10 babies 2 years ago from the other female. So they're fun. They're not. I don't know though. It's one thing. Like with this many animals, you really got to be passionate about what you're doing because there's a lot out there. So the Dumerals are kind of falling away from me. I'm not as passionate. I'd rather spend more time on some other things, but they're still here for now. So we'll see what happens.
Now, is there a reason that there's so much that they seem like they're a little bit more of a challenge than some of the other boas, or is it just that's how they are and that's it?
Not that I can think of. A buddy of mine I was talking to him about them, and he said they're very cycle driven. So you really got to cycle them, feed them heavy around the breeding, and really like just run a cycle. It's not a ball python, basically. You can't just throw a male in a female's tub and expect eggs or babies. You really gotta put more effort into them, so to speak.
Gotcha.
So we'll see. I'm still trying to figure them out. I mean, they breed in the fall and winter, and then all my litters have been laid in October. So their gestation is 4 to 9 months.
Holy crap.
It's nuts. Yeah. Somebody just had a litter online. I don't know if it was Jason's Exotics, but 6 months his gestation was for her. And normal boas are about 101 days, give or take.
Good grief. That's insane.
Oh.
She's reaching for the sky there.
This is a little Guyana male. So I also got a pair of Guyanas, which are true red tails, very closely related to the Surinames, but I mean, the tail is dark. It's almost like maroon.
I see. Yeah, that's a very dark looking. See, I wish we could get my buddy Mike to watch. I don't know I think he watches at the end, after lives are over sometimes.
He's a replay, and
he would love to see these bones.
But the saddles on the Guyanas are just they're just real tight and real dark compared to like your normal Colombians and other boas like that.
Yeah, they're not as I see what you mean.
And they're just a darker complected complexion all the way around. But I always thought they were interesting to work with. The Guyanas are said to stay a little bit smaller than the Surinames, but they're one in the same almost. People will tell you that Suriname is the same as Guyana. They're very, very closely related. They're like right there. I think the two countries border.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's it for boas. Yeah. That's it for the boas. So we got a good group of them. I'm gonna get the Tarahumara out so you can see what an adult looks like at this size. I mean, she's tiny.
I was gonna say, yeah. When I think of boa, like I'm thinking, like I know Mike works with. I guess which I like. That's the I don't know my locales for boas, but he works with some. I know the one brand is like, or the one type is like a leopard or something like that, and it's a smaller, very iridescent type of boa.
Leopard boas are of a Sonoran descent, and they're a dwarf boa.
That's it. Yeah, the Sonorans. Yes.
So
yes.
you look at this girl. That's an adult female Tarahumara mountain boa.
She's yeah, that's small. That's
she's about 7 years old.
Oh wow!
On
and she's
her.
Dark.
Yeah,
she's really very dark looking.
The male's even darker, but she was all nesting in the back of the cage because she is gravid. You can see her belly. See how fat she is right there?
Yeah. Yeah. You can see the chub.
The belly bulge. But I mean, she's maybe 3 foot, if that, 2 foot.
She doesn't look. I'd say she's probably close to 3.
Yeah, barely, but I mean, it's amazing. She only eats weans.
Oh wow!
How tiny she is. Yep. So that's pretty wild. Real dark, real good iridescence, but definitely a dwarf boa. If somebody that wants to get into boas and doesn't want a huge Colombian that gets 8-9 foot long.
Yeah.
Your Tarahumarans, your Pearl Islands, your Corn Island boas, a lot of those localities stay nice and tiny and very manageable.
So I think, there's nothing more impressive than a full-grown boa when they're
absolutely,
like the big ones. But I think it takes certain people to want to deal with an animal that big. Not only the care requirements, the size of the enclosures, but you also got to have somebody that if something goes south, you got somebody that can help you.
Yep. Yeah, that's like my Doomerals. My one big female Doomerals, she's pushing 8 foot. And she's a big girl. She'll take down guinea pigs. She's a big boa. And I usually don't mess with them unless my wife's home. You never know. Never know.
Exactly.
I trust them, but you don't want to get called a bad day.
Yeah. Will here says never won ball python since always thought they were ugly pet rocks. Was looking for an IMG boa, then found balls on YouTube and Morph Market, and that's all she wrote. Yeah, see, it's funny that Will brings up the IMG thing because my buddy Mike showed me his IMG boas, and that was the one thing that made me want a boa was that IMG line. I mean, that's just an impressive snake. And actually, the one hatchling that he has that we'll be posting here, I will do a video on it for the channel. So that way, anybody that's subbed to the channel gets first crack at it. But it's, let me see if I can. This is going to be some shameless, quick advertising. Let me find it here quick. I know it's IMG.
Is it jet black Motley?
No, he does do some stuff though with Motley. I mean, Mike's. If you gotta watch that insane boa video.
I keep forgetting about
it's like 40 some minutes, but dude, we go through his whole collection, and yeah. Let me see here.
Dude, that video has like 7,000 views too.
Yeah, dude, I always say it's funny. I'm a ball python channel, but the best video I have is a boa video. God, I can't find this.
So
him and I I've been talking ball pythons because he's been investing in some ball python stuff too. All right, it's an okay. Here it is. It's an IMG Motley Ghost Het Sharp Albino.
Motley Ghost, nice.
Here, let me put. Oh, dude, let me put me on the big screen here real quick. I'll put you right back.
No problem.
That is
And that thing's just going to continue to get darker as it grows.
Yeah. Now, this is from a clutch or a litter where that's the only baby that survived. One of the other ones that was in that litter was an all white snake, and it died. Which, one was all white, and the other one I forget what the other one looked like, but anyway, there was 3 babies that were born. All the rest were slugs, and that one that I just showed you is the only one that lived and is thriving right now.
So I'm saying boas can be tough, man. You can see the orange belly on that thing.
Dude, I love the striping on the womas. Like they're just wicked looking.
I really enjoy the blackheads. That's really what I want to work with, but I figured I'll take the cheaper cousin and see how I fare with them before I venture into a blackhead.
See, the blackheads look. I like the look of the blackheads too.
And they have anery blackheads too, anathoristic.
I think because I watch Riley and Lucas and Eric Burke, I think it is, on NPR. It's Morelia Python Radio on their YouTube. And Lucas, I think, has a pair of blackheads that I think is anathoristic, I think, if I remember correctly. Anyway, it's a great show. I love their little live stream that they do with those guys.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And look who finally came in.
And
What's
he's
up,
coming
bro?
down, is he, in July?
I do believe so, yeah. Yeah, we've got a bunch of the people in the chat here are making the drive. I was pleasantly surprised that Cole's coming.
Yeah, I'm about to say she's bringing them bourbon wings.
Yes, dude. The second she said about this, my mouth started watering. They just sounded good. I don't even have to eat them yet, and they just sounded good. I did get Tish from Python Spawn messaged me the other day, and she said that she cleared the date, so she should be here too. Cool. So Tish will be down with us hanging out.
Very nice.
All right, so let's see here. We went over boas. We went over bloods.
You want Pituophis, some pine snakes? I can show some of them off.
Yeah, let's show some of them off.
I have. So what I do is all my adults and everything I keep out in another room, and they're in like the 4-foot enclosures behind me that Ed builds, and they have a built-in hide and everything, and they stay out there. But the juveniles and babies I raise up in this room here on the floor in totes, so that way they're a little bit warmer, but I don't hibernate them. But I scale back their feeding over the winter. So I don't motivate them. But now, summertime, they're normal temps. I'll bring in
Angie and Jeff. You guys want to? All right, Angie, Jeff. If you guys want to make this drive, I will be ecstatic. That will that will just make my day.
Hey, it's my birthday, July 8th too, so they can come up for some birthday cake.
Hey, freaking awesome, dude! I didn't tell you, man. July 9th. Angie and Jeff is the date. It's here at my house. So
where are they at?
I mean, if you guys are willing to make that drive, I would be ecstatic. Like that would just be freaking amazing.
That would be
if
awesome.
You guys, like I said, it's July 9th. The cookout starts at 3. You guys show up whenever. I mean, whenever you want. And that would make my day, guys. That would really do it. That would just be awesome. That's beautiful, dude.
So that's an albino northern pine snake. So normally these would be black and white.
Okay. What's up, Michaela? Chad, Gettysburg is the 23rd. Since I have my phone out, July 23rd is Gettysburg.
I thought it was the 16th.
No, I thought it was 2 at first there, but because it worked out really good because Danny is the live show before Gettysburg.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, there's a show at Oaks on the 16th, the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center.
Yeah, I've only been down there once.
Yeah, I'll be there.
That was a nice show.
It's tiny.
I mean, it's small, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
John, I'm in Columbia, Pennsylvania.
Where's
Yeah.
where's Jeff and Angie from?
They're I'm drawing a blank.
I think Central Time, so I think Midwest.
They are. I want to say, is it Missouri? I think it's Missouri. Am I right, Jeff and Angie? Those are from Missouri. I think. Oh man, I should really know that because I talk with them so much. But I think it's Missouri. Okay. Oof. All right, I do pay attention. But yeah, Ken, I'm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's technically the city's Columbia, but I'm out in a beautiful section where it's not really around Columbia.
It's all Amish.
Yeah. Well, dude, in all honesty, like I grew up in the heart of Amish country where I used to live when I lived with my parents and stuff. So where we're at, if you see an Amish buggy, like you're like, what are they doing here? Like, you never see an Amish buggy. It's so odd.
This girl's stuck in a tube. This is a southern leucistic pine snake. So
now here's one thing I want to, because this is something that I did want to touch base with you on. A lot of people like really don't know or don't think about it. But what permits do you need to have, like especially for anybody here in Pennsylvania? I think this is something that we should all think of as well. And anybody that's in any other states, you need to know your stuff. But what type of permits do you need to have, Chris, in order to, like, one, do just ball pythons in general, since a lot of us are ball python people? And then on top of it, I know you have to have special permits to do more native species, correct?
Correct. So we breed black pines and Louisiana. Well, we bred black pines. Louisiana pines will be breeding next year, but they're all on one of the CITES lists. So, or maybe they're not on the list, but they're endangered of some sort. So you cannot sell them or cross state lines with them.
Okay.
It's just the Louisiana pines and the black pines. The southern leucistics, the northern pines, and the albino pines, those are all, there's no regulations on them. But there is permits and different out-of-state licenses you can get to sell these guys across the state line. So I can, but I just never really looked into it because I just usually sell them local.
Yeah.
Now, to sell anything else that's like not an endemic species, it's funny you asked it because I just got off the phone with a girl. I was getting I forget what it was exactly called, but it was a $50 license for 5 years. And I thought it was to sell reptiles in PA. Well, the girl called me because I filled something out wrong and I got to talking to her. And she said, well, what exactly do you do? And I said, well, I breed snakes and sell the offspring. So she informed me that it's a propaganda license. So because you're propagating.
Okay, it's a propagation license.
Yeah. So that is $150. And I don't know. I didn't see how long it was for. I don't know if it's for the same term, 5 years or 3 years or not. But she said that's what you need to do what we're doing. So we're not buying and reselling animals and reptiles. We're just buying the parents and selling the offspring that we produce. So I'm looking. I have the current one, but I have to upgrade to that one this week.
Yeah. Now, is that how do I want to put it? Is that something where you find it on like the Fish and Wildlife thing? You're probably going to have to help me out with it.
Yeah, it's on the Fish and Game Wild site at the picnic. I'll hook you up.
Okay. Is that something where, like, especially being here on YouTube and if the wrong person decides that they want to start something or, I just don't want any issues down the line.
Yep. No, absolutely. And the same thing with all like the business and the taxes and stuff like that, man. Just reach out to me, Nate, whoever. I mean, and anybody in the chats, anybody has any questions about forming an LLC or starting it, going legit. Yeah, feel free to reach out. I was definitely at first I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But it's a lot easier than it seems. And,
So
why
that's
not?
what's got me scared.
Why not? It's simple. So this is a northern Mexican pine snake. So they almost change color. If you look up by his head, it's kind of darker reddish.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see, maybe a little orange, and then it gets to a dark pattern, and then as his tail, it fades back out to like a browner, lighter orange and yellows.
Dude, see, I think it's so neat. Like basically you have the same species, it's just located different areas,
So,
and how much they change.
Those last 3 snakes I just showed are all pine snakes, but they're just from different localities. Yep.
And Nicole says it's very simple.
Yeah. Yep. It is.
See, I like simple. I like simple. Difficult scares the living hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie, because if it's difficult, it means I will screw it up for sure.
Isn't it funny how we look at like doing our taxes and forming a business is difficult, but you can go on a job and they'll be like, okay, that water main's leaking. I need you. Water main's leaking. I need you to cut the ground, dig 6 foot down, and stop a pipe that's blowing water 100 foot in the air. And you're like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that's no big deal. I can do that. Hell,
exactly. I do every day.
Yeah, dude. I there's days where I actually miss doing like the grunt work, as I want to call it, because now like I sit in a machine, I'll cut through black. Like normally I'm doing driveway, so I'm sitting in my skid loader with my milling head, cut through the blacktop, pop the blacktop out, and regrade the stone. Or, if I'm putting in a new driveway, I'll, basically cut out all the dirt, put in the stone, and grade everything up. And like I was talking to my coworker just yesterday, he stopped by to get some topsoil I had dropped off at the house. And I told him, I was like, dude, I was like, you know what? It's like, I know I'm probably difficult to work with sometimes, because it seems like the second he thinks he take a little break and get his phone out, I beat my horn for him to go do something. I was like, but I told him, like, what you got to realize is my job is to try to make your life easy. I was like, but your job is more important than my job, because your job, if you do your job, you make me look good. Is how I worded it to him. And it's true. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of off topic.
I hear you.
But I do miss kind of doing the more labor work. A lot of times he tells me, because, dude, why are you out of the machine? He's like, get back in the machine. He's like, no, I need to get out and like stretch my legs and do some actual work.
Yeah, I couldn't sit in the machine all day when I did construction and water main. I had to get out and just walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is a T-positive girl from last year, blood python. Just a normal T-pos. She hatched out a little small, so I worked with her for a couple months, and she's been hammering food lately. Or it's been a long time. I should have put her. Actually, she is up on Morph Market, but she's just been hanging around. No bites, but she's beautiful.
She is beautiful. And everybody, if you're new into the channel here, first of all, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Definitely check Chris out on all of his social media platforms. Excuse me. Links are down below in the description, and there should be a link to his Morph Market there. So if you're interested in that beauty, go check him out.
Or DM on IG for a current price list. Right now, we only have a couple of animals. Everything's hatching now. We got 4 that hatched out May 1st. That was an early clutch, and then we have 3 more in the incubator that are just coming out of the egg. So in a little bit, I'll grab one of them that just came out, because that was a blackhead spot nose to a pastel leopard. So there's some pretty cool looking babies in that clutch. We can check them out too.
Ooh.
Yep.
Phil says go work with him. Yeah, I won't miss the grunt stuff.
How about it? Phil does hard work, man. I don't him.
He does, but then I've noticed like he's been taking little pictures of snakes here and there. So is he really
his little garter?
Or is he working to find other snakes?
Friday, I found 2 garters, and I'm like, I should take pictures of these and send them to Phil.
Dude, friends of ours that are looking to buy a house, I guess they were looking at this one house, and they were in the backyard, and there's this pine tree. And my friend Sarah, she took a video of this. I swear I've never seen a black snake this big in my life, but it's a black rat snake. She was huge. Absolutely, I've never seen a black snake that thick looking, that long.
She's probably gravid. They're all gravid.
That's what I'm thinking. She had to be gravid or something, either that or just eating very, very well. But I was just like, oh my God, I was like, she was just beautiful and just just watching the video. Like I wish I was there to have like interacted with her just a little bit.
Oh yeah, they're fun to interact with in wild. They're usually very docile.
Yeah, I came across one, and this was a couple years ago. I was working down along the Susquehanna, doing a driveway, and my coworker stopped me as I was running my skid loader. He goes, "Dude, there's a snake." I got out, and here's this black snake, but it only had one eye.
Oh.
So it was funny. Like I didn't realize I was coming up on its blind side, literally, until I noticed that there was no eye on that side.
Really bit you.
When it turned its head, it saw me and it like literally like jolted back. It's like, but yeah, it was beautiful snake. I love black snakes.
They're wild. This is a pastel blackhead red stripe.
Dude, that's nice. Now, since we're on ball pythons, what genes are you working with, like focused mainly on, and what recessives are you focused on?
Man, it's a long list, man. Blackhead is a big one. I'm starting to work heavy, and het red xanthic. But I have fire, pastel, spider, pinstripe, GHI, Enchi, black pastel, special, OD, fire, vanilla.
No, you have high intensity OD as well, don't you?
I do. I have a clutch cooking from a high intensity OD. Yep.
Nice. So now, what was that pairing?
I'm sorry?
What was that pairing for that clutch?
I want to say, it was a blackhead pastel red gene, which he's in shed. I can't show you him. Well, I could, but he's in shed.
I say he won't look the greatest.
Blackhead pastel red gene to a high intensity OD. So that should be cool. Yeah, I'm working on getting some of the darker stuff into the more orange, yellow belly, and OD stuff. But yeah, he's real dark. He's in mad shed right now.
Yeah, he's deep in shed.
Yeah, it's a shame. He's a pretty boy, though. We hatched him out, I think, last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's doing real well. Pretty much, I'm trying to think of what other codom. Spark. We have Super Spark, Spot Nose, Mystic, Orange Dreams. I don't think we have any Spectre yet. Yeah, Leopard, Lesser, Mojave. We have a good array of codominants, but recessives we're really starting to focus on a lot of double and triple heads this year.
Okay.
Really loaded up on the recessives last year and a little bit of this year, just to kind of steer the collection in a different way. When I rebranded in 2020, I kind of regrouped and really set forth to turn this into a business. For the first 5 years, I was just breeding and just having fun. It was a hobby. It was something to do on the side. Yeah. And then I started to really realize, what was involved in it and what you could do with it. So that's when I started to hold back more animals and really focus on, getting the collection up to where hopefully one day this can support my lifestyle.
Yeah. Which so you and I were talking about that last night. Or wait.
Thursday,
yeah. God,
you were half asleep.
Yeah, I am so screwed up.
I felt bad for you, man. You were like, I had a 14-hour day.
Dude, it was terrible.
You seemed like you were doped up. You were so tired.
Oh, dude, it was a rough week. We got Diego joining us. What's up, Diego? Haven't seen you for a while in the chat. Kai, what's up, brother? We got to work on Kai. Kai said he wants to go to a birthday party instead of hang out with all of us.
Are you serious? That guy.
We gotta really tell him that, who wants, like, I don't know. birthday parties, which I'm assuming is probably a kid's birthday party, are just chaos, Kai. You want to come with us. You want to hang out with us.
If it's for the kids, it's all right. So I might get a better angle on this guy. There we go.
Ooh, there we go.
This right here, I'm excited for this boy. Hopefully he'll get up to size. He's going in the shed as well. But this is a single gene stranger.
Ooh.
66% het clown, 50% hep hide.
Very nice.
So I'm excited about this guy. Very excited. We getting blackhead into that, and we're going to try to prove him out his first year breed, and I'm going to run him to a visual clown and a visual pied and see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
And Kai, I'm just giving you a whole bunch of crap. You're his main excuse was like the over 2 hour drive, which I
feel
I totally get that, especially since the party's at like 3. Which anybody, if you've got a long drive that is coming, if you want to come a little bit early, that's fine. I don't mind. You can help set up. I'll put you to work.
Put him to work. We'll be there a little earlier, I think.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I 3 o'clock is just kind of the baseline.
So I'm also super excited to get this guy going next year. This is a white lace firefly.
Oh.
If you can see his head. He is wild.
After seeing Justin's video on lace and white lace, that made me that really perked my interest, just because in the end result, the white lace I thought actually looked better than
the Desert Ghost.
Than the DG.
I'll tell you what, man. This guy is amazing. The day he came, I was like, oh my God, this thing is so beautiful. It's so bright. The next day he shed, and I nearly lost my shit when he shed. I was like, what?
See, now with seeing that, I bet you everybody here can guess what I'm thinking right now.
Exanthic.
Yep. That would just look outrageous and exanthic.
Yeah, I'm excited for this boy to grow up.
So I'll probably be trying to get one from you at some point.
Hey, yep. No problem. The beautiful thing is, everything's going to have lace in it because he's a super.
Yeah. Kai says, no worries. It's not a battle I want to have with my wife. Wives scare me. My wife scares me. I'll openly admit it.
And I'm pretty excited for this guy too. We should pair this guy to your Partho female down the line.
Now, what's that?
Krypton.
Oh.
It's a straight Krypton male. He's going in the shed as well, so he's a little pasty. But, I mean, you can just look at his head. You can just see.
I was going to say, he's awesome looking.
The big eye stripes. And then just the pattern is just wonky as anything.
I'm anxious to get a clutch from that Partho baby. I want to see if anything pops out of it that's out of the ordinary or what.
Do you remember what the pairing was to produce those?
I don't even know Jeremy, if you're still in here, what was the pairing that, granted, there was no sire, technically, but, as for the mom was just an Enchi, as far as I know.
Well, yeah, mostly, and it doesn't really matter what the father was, because if it's a Partho, the father had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So
but mom was just mom, I think, was just a plain Enchi.
She was just a straight up Enchi?
Just a straight up Enchi, as far as I know.
Because genetically, that should be a super Enchi. But that thing looks cryptic.
I say she is freaking crazy looking. And if you go back, all right. I feel really bad always doing this sometimes, but sometimes I think it's needed. Especially because I hate trying to describe stuff. Let me find my conversation with
While you're
Jeremy.
looking, here's a cool combo you don't see often. So this is a super enchy red stripe.
Ooh.
She's got a little bit of ear rate on her head, but
Now, does the red stripe give her like a more bronzy color look to her? I'm seeing a lot of bronze kind of towards the upper back.
Yep. So you can see the super enchy coming through here in the side saddles, and just the reduced pattern, no real alien heads. And then the red stripe just completely bronzes the whole back of it out.
See, that's nice.
It's not as intense as I thought it would be, but it definitely complements it well.
Yeah. Well, as everybody always says, enchy everything. I don't think there's something enchy doesn't go with.
No. Some stuff it masks the enchy, like it'll hide it because it's not that powerful of a gene, but you can still see it's in there.
Yeah.
Her sister is just an enchy red stripe, no super enchy. So I kept both of them back. So she's not quite as intense as the other female.
Oh, okay.
Kind of hard to see the colors and the patterns, though.
That's coming up pretty good, I think.
This girl in this hand is a lot more yellow on the sides and more broken up pattern. Yeah, and this one has more dotting in it, just like a regular enchy. But they're both beautiful. Good bases to start off with.
Man, I wish I. Oh wait. Okay. This is the clutch.
You got a whole clutch picture there.
Yeah, I do believe. Let me. Yeah, because that's got my girl's the one kind of on top in the back. I mean, now I don't know. Oh wait, there we go. Here, we'll do this. Like you can see that normal does not look normal.
Mm-mm.
It's like very chain linking on the alien heads. It's like they're all connected.
Yep. And the back pattern is even a little wacky.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then this duplicate of mine is this one, which Jeremy's keeping.
Okay.
Unless someone pries it out of his hands, baby.
Man, the eye stripes and how tight the head pattern are on things is just insane.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens and becomes of them.
Yep. No, absolutely.
Because I know my reveal video that I did, I had a couple people asking me, about if they thought that Partho babies were sterile, and a lot of what I had seen and done research on is just that they could throw maybe not as nice of clutches or clutches that are as big as what a non-Partho baby would be. Their lifespan tends to be a little bit shorter from what I've researched.
But they're fertile, correct?
As far as I know, yeah, they are still fertile.
Okay.
Right. So we'll find out. I mean, trial and error. If not, worst case scenario, I just got a really beautiful one-of-a-kind snake that's got a cool story.
Heck yeah. But, I mean, as far as recessives go, we're dealing with pretty many. We got, Pied, Clown, G-Stripe, Toffee, Candy, which are the same thing. A lot of hypo. We're working on a lot of hypo stuff this year. We're going to have a lot of visual hypo het desert ghost stuff. We're going to have a lot of double het desert ghost hypo stuff. What other recessives do we got in here? Hypo's the biggest one. We have a lot of hypo. Really enjoy working that. We have caramel as well, which is not one that's worked with too much, but I'm gonna give it a go and see what we can do with it. Ultramel. What else?
Phil says he needs to get me some odium stuff, or maybe he means to get you some odium stuff. Somebody needs odium stuff.
We all need some odium stuff.
That's another video I need to get caught up on.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Because I just saw Nerd put that video out.
I missed that one. Did you see it?
All right. The first thing that I clicked on for it just led me to some video where there's nothing going on at all. There's like a small chat in the corner, and it's just kind of like, what the heck is this? And I think I even commented like, this is stupid. Like the thumbnail's there, but there's nothing going on. And then I saw Phil's thing with the picture of it, captioning it, and I commented, I was like, dude, I clicked on it, nothing was there. So went back, found, I don't know if it was a different one, the same one, whatever.
Huh.
And then finally there was a video. I was like, okay. I know it's there. I just have to watch it yet.
So once again, another guy that's going in shed. I wish he wasn't. But this guy was just a complete powerhouse stud for us this year. He's looking he almost looks like a blue ghost if Nicole's still out there.
A blue ghost. Now, what's a blue ghost?
Well, this is not a blue ghost. It looks like a blue ghost. This is a visual DG Desert Ghost hypo, the double recessive male. But I mean, he's in deep shed. His eyes are blue, so he looks real pasty. But
he is.
He's an amazing snake. When he sheds, I mean, he just glows. It kind of almost reminds me of that one that Justin has. It's the DG Hypo Fire, I think.
Okay, so I don't know if I've seen that one.
Man, that thing is just a smoke show. But no, this is definitely an interesting year. Very early year. I don't know if anybody else has been having an early year or how their consistency has been, but
you've been killing it, bro. Like you have been killing it. How many clutches are you at right now for the ball pythons and everything else? Because
we got the one blood python, and then tonight that black pastel that was, I want to say that was 28.
Good grief.
For ball pythons. I haven't even caught up on IG. They've been coming in so freaking quick. I haven't been able to post and keep up to date. So I think I only have like 21 or 22 on IG. So I got to get cracking. And then we have 24 eggs from our bull snakes in the incubator right now. Then we have the pine snakes. I got 2 clutches from them. I think they had 10 each. And then we had a Mexican black lay at 10. And we're still waiting on another 10 ball pythons or so and 2 more pine snakes. So, yeah.
Jeez.
We have 213 or so eggs right now in the incubators. And it's crazy. It's wild.
I was going to say that. I hope, I can't wait for the day I have this. Now I can say I have 28 clutches in the incubator. Like, wow. And Kai's got it right here. Exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point.
Already. Yeah. It's nuts. It's good year. But this is what I've been planning. Like I'm sitting here going, man, all these eggs, all these snakes, but I've been planning the whole last year to be at this point right now, so bring it. I'm ready.
I see. That's the thing. Like we were talking the other night, like this was your vision and you're hitting that point. Like you're where you had wanted to be able to say, hey, I'm done doing my normal. This is what I'm going to be doing.
Yep.
Because on top of all the snakes and everything, you're breeding rats, which we can talk about that.
Yeah.
And I think the other big key thing that I think is really awesome is that you're also like a supplier for the chipper and Coco to go. So you've got the snake bedding market as well. And I don't think there's any other distributors close by as far as I know. Am I correct?
No, for the chipper, Chris from The Exotics, Chris Davenport, he was real cool on everybody gets a state. If he wasn't going to be able to find any for like New York and the Northeast, I wanted to take the whole Northeast, but he found people in New York and I forget where else they are. So they're a little bit spread out, but he tries to get one key person in every state.
Okay.
And, they're the go-to. If you live in that state, you contact that distributor. And basically, we will retail it to you for whatever the cost is on the website. I know everything just went up a little bit. I got my original shipment a couple months ago before gas was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my shipment came in, pretty reasonable, but now they went up a little bit. But the chipper is an awesome product. I used to use I can't even think of Gaps. I used to use Gaps, and it was a lot cheaper, but it was a lot crappier as well. There was some pieces of trash in it. The chunks were real small. It was very dusty. You almost would have to wear a mask or a respirator to clean it out because it was so dusty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was bad. So now with the chipper, with the 3 different labels, even their standard block is better than the original block I used to get. And it was nicer. I used to be able to go right down to Philly and pick up my other stuff, so I didn't have to pay freight. So I got it even cheaper. It was nice, but at this point, it's not about the price. It's about the quality of the material. And he's done a lot. Chris has done a lot to make it top notch and very competitive for your Repta chips and your cocoa blocks and all that stuff. So that's nice. That just because people think that you distribute the cocoa or whatnot, believe it or not, there isn't a huge price margin on that. I don't make a lot of money on that cocoa. I'm just kind of spreading it around. There is a little bit to be made. You got to cover freight.
Yeah, you got to make a little off of it, but you're not making what I would like. You're probably not making what I would call a killing off of.
No, this is definitely not fueling the fire. This is just something else to help people out that are either getting into it or new or to have the means just to help other people. You know what I mean? For them to ship up a bale of cocoa to go from Chris is going to cost them an arm and a leg. I'll drive a fair distance to meet you. I can ship a majority of all my bricks too. So I have boxes to ship the individual bricks as well.
Okay.
So if anybody ever wants it, if you're in PA, but you're outside of Pittsburgh, you're not driving, maybe you will, but you're not typically going to drive 6 hours to pick up cocoa. So I can ship it as well, but then that's another cost, for the buyer. So it's tough to resell it like that. But if you're using it for your own collection, that's definitely will get you by.
Yeah. And what are the different? Because I know there's the plaid label. There's
the red label is the base label, red, and then the plaid. And I'd say the plaid.
For each label, just kind of describe what each bedding's like, if you could.
The red label is like your typical Gaps cocoa or your standard. I'd say it's a little bit shakier, so to speak, than your cocoa blocks and your Repta chips. So the chunks are a little bit smaller, and it's the cheaper of the 3 products that they sell. And then it breaks down. It has a little bit of dirt, not a whole lot still, but it has the fiber in it. So the red label has a lot of the fibers that you see like this in the cocoa, like your standard cocoa. And then the plaid label visually is like 3 inches fatter than the red label because the plaid is mostly all chunks like this, like a 12 to 15 millimeter chunk with virtually no dirt or dust, but a little bit of fiber.
Now, those 2 blocks both need to be broken down, though, correct?
The red label, you do need to add water, but if you have strong hands, you can break it apart dry. The black label, you can just break it apart dry. You don't have to be strong or anything. It'll just flake right off, and then you can just add water as you need. Okay. With any cocoa product, I always tell everybody, everybody's always like, oh, my cocoa molds. You're putting too much water in it. Always add minimal water. Start off with the littlest bit to break your block up. Let it soak in. Don't plan on cleaning your whole snake room and break your block apart now. Do it the day before or a couple days before and get it all situated. That's how you're going to have your best results with cocoa blocks.
Yep.
The plaid label, like I said, you can just break it up and throw it in a tub and mist it down, or just add half a cup of water if you want. The Cocoa to Go comes in a 50-pound bale. And that, like it says, it's Cocoa to Go. You open the bag
awesome.
and you put it right in the tub. There's no wash. There's no adding water. It's even a little damp. I don't know if yours was still a little damp when you got it.
It was a little damp, but I mean, there was no mold. I've had zero issues. Like I said, I've got a video coming out about it. I compared that to Freedom Breeder's Cocoa Blocks. Freedom Breeder, I'm sorry. I used to think Freedom Breeder was about as good as it comes. Cocoa to Go blows it out of the water. Completely blows it out of the water, I think, in my opinion.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a bigger chunk as well, the Cocoa to Go.
Consistent chunk.
Consistent.
Very
now,
consistent.
For adults, I think the Cocoa to Go is fabulous. Not so much for babies. I prefer a little bit of a smaller chunk for the babies. So I'll use the bottom brick. I'll use the red label for my babies and stuff. Now I'm talking babies that are over 6 months old. All my babies go on newspaper until they're well established, and then I transfer them to the Cocoa. Unless they come from somebody that had raised them on Cocoa, or if they're trouble eaters, I'll change it around. I'll try feed them on Cocoa. I'll try feed them on paper. I'll use a smaller tub. I keep experimenting with it. But the Cocoa to Go is good, the bigger chunk. But I must say, with the Cocoa to Go, unfortunately, I did have a good friend of mine, Chris, Balls Deep. Do you ever meet him? Balls Deep Reptiles?
I've never met him, but I think he's coming to the cookout.
I was trying to, I put him in the group chat.
Sure, I think he's coming.
Good, I hope so. He said he might be. He was on the fence. He came up and got rats the other day, and he was on the fence because it's a long hike. He's got 6 kids. He's got an army.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, it's a lot of work. I'm gonna try to, but I'm not sure. So we'll see. But unfortunately, last week he lost an adult female to impaction. So he feeds live. And this happened to a couple other people I know as well, too, that I think they all feed live. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. I don't know if because the snake's chasing the rat around, if the rat jumps and kicks Cocoa, the snake grabs Cocoa in its mouth. But either way, his adult female passed. And he even tried like power painting some of the chips out and got some of it out and got her.
Oh, she had a lot then.
Yeah, he got her to release some of it, and then he thought, okay, good, she's going to work it out. And the next day she was dead. So he did a necropsy himself, and she was just full of Cocoa. So I don't know. I've heard about it from a few friends, but knock on wood, I've never had an issue with impaction. So, but I feed fresh killed and frozen thawed. I don't feed them.
Yeah, same here.
So I don't know. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm physically watching every snake hit and coil.
Yep.
So I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. But just
I even like open up the tub sometimes while they're eating, just to make sure that they don't have something in their mouth. Like Xena the other night, she was being really stupid with her mouse and couldn't figure out which end was the head for the first time in her life. And somehow she got Cocoa stuck to it. And I saw she had a piece like it was stuck up in her upper jaw. And she was trying to kick it and she was trying to, but she couldn't. And it was very tactful on how I got it out. I actually gambled slightly with it and thought, okay, well, if I can get her to bite down on another mouse, maybe that would give me the time to go in there with the hemostats and pluck this piece of Cocoa out. And sure enough, thank God it worked. Because there's no way you're gonna be able to reach in that enclosure without her having her mouth wrapped on something.
No.
Yeah, carpet pythons, nighttime, that smell of food in the air. No, you're gonna take a bite and get coiled right away. No question about that one. So once she was coiled on that mouse, I was able to get that Cocoa out. But that was the first time I've ever had a snake remotely come close to ingesting anything. And hopefully that's the last. But she's still on the Cocoa blocks. I still got a little, I'm using up my Cocoa blocks, but at the same token, I'm using the cocoa to go. Like as after the females lay, they're getting all new cocoa to go. So it's like I'm using more of the Freedom Breeder stuff for the carpets and the hatchlings right now.
Yep.
So
that's a good move. So that's nice. That opens up a lot of opportunity though, because now like I got through Hair Down Fridays with Keys and stuff like that. I got introduced to a lot of them guys, and I'll be traveling down to Florida. I'm gonna go see D Exotics, so I'm gonna do some pit stops. I'm gonna try to meet up with a few people. Like I said, I'm gonna meet up with Adam because he was kind of one of the first people I reached out to over this last year with social media and sponsorships and stuff like that. So I'd like to meet him, chit chat a little bit. To meet people in person is always awesome compared to just on these live chats and in the chat. So while I'm down there, I mean, a lot of people are down there. Herp Collector's down there. Kike's all the way down at Homestead. I don't know if I can go all the way down that far because we're staying in Orlando, but there's a group of people I'd like to run into. Definitely the Exotics, since I am for the chipper, and just get to talk to him. And even out in I think it's Illinois. Is that where Tinley's at? Illinois, Tinley Park.
Tinley's guess. I guess it would be Illinois. Yeah, because it's outside of Chicago.
Right. So Big D's out there. Derek. He's a distributor for out there. So, it opens up all these doors to these other breeders and other good people in the hobby. And, if I want to go to Tinley, like, I know I can talk to Derek and you know what I mean? He'll open up his door. He's a good dude. And it just, builds better relationships in the community. It's really cool.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. Phil says that's a sweet reptile related trip.
Well, I'm just going down for a wedding, but I'm making the best out of it. So, yeah, man.
Now, how long do you have down there? Is it like
I got a week
or something?
I got a full week down there, yeah. And I'm like 2 weeks after Daytona too. I'm pissed. I wanted to go to Daytona. I know.
Well, see, you might look at that. I mean, if you went down there during Daytona or close to it, Adam might not be done with his room renovation, so you might have been put to work.
That's all right. I'll work. I don't have a problem working.
Let's see here. Would love to see more. See, I'm planning, and this is just planning. We'll see if it actually comes through. I did clear it with the wife, so we just got to make sure we got the funds to do it. But I guess it would be spring Tinley. We're going to try to make it. We're going to try to go to spring Tinley. Yeah, I think it's the March. Yeah.
We're debating on whether going in October. I'm not sure yet. I got to talk to Nathan.
Oh, see, I would love to go because it's one of those things where I'm torn. It's like, do you go in the spring? Because like your selection of hatchlings is going to be basically all picked through.
But let's not to cut you off. But what is a real reason you go to Tinley?
I'm going there actually just to meet up with people.
To see all the people. So spring or fall, it don't matter. There's going to be awesome animals there, whether or not. But the people there are still going to be awesome, no matter what.
That's true.
Are. So that is
very true. I do need to come back with something though. If I'm driving, I think what was it? I think it's 9 hours.
Yeah, it's about 9. It's about 11 and a half for me.
Okay, so it'd be 9 hours for me. Yep. I told my wife, it's like, if we're making that drive, I'm coming back with something. Like, no questions, I'm coming back with this new snake. Yeah, because the longest drive I ever did was we went to a Comic-Con up in Connecticut, and that was 6 hours one way. And that was my longest road trip anywhere. And I told myself, it's like, I never again would do that drive or a drive like that in one day. So
do it with a 2-year-old.
Oh God, no. No.
Many pit stops, many breaks and snacks.
Oh, I bet. Thanks a lot, Chad. Thanks for tuning in. I guess you're hitting the road.
Chad dipping out?
He should, though. He should be done with school. He should be able to stay and party all night long with us.
I don't think he's done school yet.
He isn't. Dom's done with school. His last day was Friday.
I think our local school's got another week or two.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The week of June.
Oh wow. Yes. Okay. I guess I kind of thought all schools kind of end like basically the same time. Like, all right, Chad. Maybe you do have to go and get right and get some sleep for school. I'm sorry. My apologies, good sir. My apologies. May the force be with you.
Of course.
Oh man, what? Uh, so that basically covers the chipper and all that stuff, which I think if anybody's remotely thinking about trying a new bedding, and definitely hit up your local supplier or distributor. If you're near us in Pennsylvania, hit Chris up.
Yep.
I guarantee you won't regret it. I really think you'd be hard pressed to find a product any better.
And if you're in another state and you can't find your state rep, we're all on the website at D Exotics or the Florida Rattery. And you can reach out to him on IG. And if you're serious about either wanting to be a distributor for the state or just getting a sample pack, he'll hook you up with a sample pack. I mean, he's not going to send you one of every product, but if you let him know what your interest is, he might be able to send you out samples.
Oh, okay. Chad says he's got 2 more sucky weeks.
The end of the year.
But look at this, Chad. Look at this one. I have to keep working. You get to have a vacation.
Oh, that's funny.
Shoot. All right, so let's kind of switch gears here now and talk about, because you've got a heck of a rap reading going on too, because you're working with rats and everything. So let's talk about that. Tell us about that, Chris.
Well, when I left my 10-year job a year and a half ago, I pulled out my 401k and I was like, I don't want to work for the man anymore. Like, I want to do this. And that's when we went legit, swapped the name, and just really went full force, last year for what's going on now. So I was running out of a 14 by 8. I think it's a 14 by 8 shed. And I only had like 5 foot overhead clearance. It was a smaller standard, or not standard, but it was a standard shed size.
Okay.
And I was running all right out there. I was feeding my collection and helping a few other friends out with stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I was like, rats are money all day long. I could have a bad production in snakes. I could have an incubator failure. I could have a cold snap. So many things can happen. I mean, even with rats, things can happen. But
yeah,
rats are very minimal cost upkeep, but they are very time consuming. Well, they can be, I should say. So I upgraded my 14 by 8 to a 10 by 20. I bought a new shed. I put a split unit in it, and I bought 3 ARS rodent racks just to kind of do away with some of my homemade stuff. Actually, not to do away with it. I had so much more room. I could fit all this stuff in there. And I got the shed built with 8-foot walls. So I could take a full 10 stack ARS all the way up. So I have 2 ARS racks and then one maternity ARS rack. It's actually the mouse rack. I forget what the number is, but it holds 50. So we exploded with the rats, and then of course took on more sales with the rats. Like I said, to do that rat shed, I'm out there a couple times a week, but I'd say realistically it's like a part-time job, 10 to 15 hours a week, but I don't have to source for any rodents. If I have a picky eater, I can go out and get whatever size rodent I need, live, fresh killed, frozen thawed, whatever. And then to sell the other rats to other people, that offsets the cost of feeding my collection. So
that's true.
I put a little bit more time into it, but at the end of the day, it is helping pay the bills. So, I mean, we currently have about, what are the numbers? I think we're running like 360 female rats, and then there's about 84 males that run through that. So, and we pull all the pregnant moms that have babies. So we do maternity tubs. We don't like coexist them. So we have, right now we only have 98 maternity tubs, but I have it on a weekly cycle. So every week I pull I pull up to 33 moms with babies every week.
Okay.
And they go into the maternity tub. And then at that third week, most of the babies are weaned. They're about the size of a weaned or a big pup. So then all those 33, whatever I haven't thinned out. So like if a mom will have a litter of 12 or 16, I'll go in, and when they're fuzzies or pups, I'll pull 4 or 5, bring the litter down to like 10 or so. That way the babies grow a little bit faster because there's not so many feeding off a mom. And I can also, all the small ball pythons, the babies, and the hatchlings, they all get the small rodents. And then that third week, all those moms and babies go into like a big maternity tub. So like the big masonry tubs.
Yeah, like the big cement mix tubs.
Big mixing cement tubs. So I'll have up to maybe 80 to 100 weans and pups in there with like 6 moms. Wow. Six or 7 moms. So they're still nursing, but they're eating solids. And then once they get weaned, then once I pull all those, then I have all those open tubs. I fill them back up with moms and pinkies. So every week I'm pulling anywhere from 200 to 250 pups, weans, and then they get grown out into smalls or mediums or fill orders as people come by for orders. And then if I start to see I'm getting a little heavy on one side or the freezer's getting a little empty, I'll just, put a couple bags of weans in the freezer or smalls in the freezer. Smalls are the biggest thing. I can't keep smalls in the freezer.
That's kind of, I think that'd be one of those popular sizes where.
Yep. And quite frankly, I feed most of my female smalls. I only have maybe 5 females that'll take a medium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I feed all my girls eats mediums. The males I have on smalls, and then when like my grow ups or when my babies get up to, I'm gonna say like, I guess it'd be like 500 grams, something like that. Well, about 300 grams, I guess, is when I start to go and I switch the babies off of pups to like weaned rats.
Yep.
Because I think that's big enough to give them a little bit of a puff in their belly, but it's not overkill.
Yep. No, absolutely. You want to see a bulge.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're feeding every other week like I do. It's good to have that bulge there. Just means that they're getting a nice size meal that they can digest, and they're not going to be through it within that 1 week, basically.
Right. Yep.
Now, all right, now here's one, like, how often do you let your rats get up to like, or maybe you don't let them get that big, like the jumbos and stuff like that? Like, how long does it take for a rat to get that big?
Males, I can get a male. I think a male will get to be a medium. So my mediums run 85 to 160 grams. So I can get my males mediums up in about 5 weeks, give or take. They'll get up to a medium. Males will. Females take a little bit longer. But that's about it. And I have, so like with all my big boas and stuff like that, they take XL. They'll eat XLs and whatnot. Okay. So all my retired breeders, they get gassed and go in the freezer. And I do sell a bunch off. So if I get a lot, I'll sell them off. But I have the big boas to take care of them.
Okay, I got.
So that's how we run the rotation. And realistically, I figured it out. To have fresh females every year, I have to pull like 35 females a month and replenish my stock to have consistently fresh females rotating through. Because after a year, a female is just done. She's worn out. I mean, we give them breaks and they get a week or two in between, but still, I mean, think about it. That's tough on them, But that's what they do. They're at the bottom of the food chain for a reason, They breed prolifically.
Yes. They're kind of like rabbits in that sense.
So we use all sizes here. So I have a bunch of different grow out racks where I'll grow so many out. I have guys that get mediums. I have some that get larges. And, you get a rhythm down and just try to keep them in the freezer.
Yeah. I know I'm going to have to hit you up for some like rat pups, something for like hatchlings. I think I'll hit you up for them. Maybe have you bring them up when you come up to the cookout now.
Yeah, absolutely. Heck yeah.
Let's see here. What's going on here in the chat?
Phil said 4 months he gets his jumbos up to. So that makes about sense.
So he's got to come check out your setup, which I think, I don't know. I don't know if you were informed in this decision here.
Oh, great.
Hold on here. Let me pull up my calendar quick. Tonight has been a night of going and checking out the calendar.
Did you and Nate set a date?
Yes, Nate and I did set a date.
All right. Well, I wanted to have a summer picnic. That's why I was talking to you about. I was like, "Well, are you gonna have it? Because if not, I'm having it." Because I was. We got the room too, but I'm happy. I remember you saying you wanted to have so.
Well, see, we could still do a get together at your place late, like maybe in the fall, and have like a fire or something. Because I figure who doesn't like a little bit of a fire, or whatever.
Oh yeah, we have bonfires.
June 25th is when I'm coming to Nate's.
Okay.
So hopefully, because I know he had said about, I guess Danny's like 10 minutes up the road or something like that from him.
Yep,
so
Danny's.
I don't know if he was just yanking Danny's chain because Danny was in the chat that night about us just showing up and going, "Hey, let us in."
I'm surprised he's not on tonight.
He was serious. I don't know. But I guess maybe we might check out Danny's. I know he said about coming down to your place because he said you're like 30 minutes roughly.
Yeah, not even.
He's doing that getting me that window perf for my back window on my truck,
right.
For advertising, and we're gonna put that on while I'm there because I figured he knows what he's doing. I'm gonna get somebody because I had a hard enough time with what's on there now. I mean, it's like, I don't know, 15, 18 inches long, maybe something like that, and it was a pain in the neck doing that by myself and getting it right. So I can imagine doing a hole something the size of a back window.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's the day you originally wanted the picnic. I have 2 parties that day.
Oh, shoot.
Well, I have a party early in the day, and then I have a graduation party later. But we're not going to stay late with my son, So we'll figure something out.
Okay.
You're coming for the day?
Yeah, I figured I'll probably be down. Well, I have to work out a time with him still, but I already cleared it with the wife. I told her, "Hey, I'm not going to be here at all day. So go do whatever you want to do. Have fun. Go for a night out on the town.
Make sure you leave her some money."
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited to go down there and hang out with everybody down there and be with you guys for a little bit. And then a couple weeks later, everybody's up here.
Yep. Yeah. We'll definitely figure it out. It's going to be a busy day, but we'll make it work.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, you're coming all the way in.
Does anybody have questions for Chris in the chat? Like I said, I knew we'd be able to really. We could still keep on talking. I don't know if anybody has any questions for Chris, but definitely throw them in the chat. If you do, wow.
That is just a Firefly Enchi.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that clean?
Dude, it's that stinging clean. It almost looks DG.
It's ridiculous. This guy is so sweet. We hatched him last year, and I was like, I got to keep him.
See, now that's one thing I've had a hard time, like last season, was deciding what I'm going to, like, you have to get past that portion of being a collector or someone that's just out to do, have fun.
A hoarder.
Yeah, a hoarder. That's a better term. Yeah, a hoarder. I found it really hard to make the decision as to what stays, what goes, because I wanted to keep just about everything, and it's like you can't do that.
Nah, you can't keep them all.
And then there was some stuff that I should have kept that I didn't.
Yeah, all them double hets.
Yeah. Oh God, I should.
I'm gonna remind you about them every time you bring them up.
And that, and then when I complain about how I missed the odds on my clutch, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't have gotten rid of them hats."
Yep.
Now what's that?
Firefly clown.
Okay, that really was going to be my guess, but
really blushed out.
It's beautiful. Very beautiful snake.
I'm gonna go grab those babies real quick.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about them. They are, Phil, and I goofed big time. I admit it, everybody. I really goofed on that. I never should have got rid of all those normal double hets and just kept, instead of keeping the 2 female double hets that I did. I goofed. Lesson learned. It's not going to happen again. And I wasn't going to let it happen again with my Desert Ghost Exantic double hets I was going for, but she didn't go. She reabsorbed. But she didn't. I got the male to eat. I got the Desert Ghost male ate. I had to throw a live rat in with him, but he did take that.
Nice.
She's not. She didn't eat this week. She didn't eat last week. So, but a couple weeks before that, she had been eating. So I'm gonna see if I can get one more meal in that male. I'm gonna throw him in with her and see if I can't get something going on again. Kind of jump starter. Now, what's that?
This is just a blackhead.
Okay, that's just blackhead.
Yeah, so it was a blackhead spot nose.
Angle your camera down like you had it that one last time. There we go. There we go. Perfect.
So that's a blackhead, just a blackhead.
Very nice.
Real dark black back. Still got perlite all over them. Or actually the vermiculite. And then, so it was a blackhead spot nose to a pastel leopard. And that's your, this is your classic spot nose.
See, I need to make
a blushed out head there.
Very nice.
Very
I need to make a spot nose. Depending what my clown pairing does this year, if I don't hit a leopard het clown female, I need a spot nose het clown female. I need a het clown female, either leopard or spot nose.
Okay.
One way or the other.
I might have some double het hypo clown spot noses this year.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that would work.
This thing is wild.
That I like. That screams leopard all day long.
Yeah, there's leopard, pastel, and then I'm not sure if we have spot nose and or blackhead in there.
I'd almost do that with that head. I'm
definite pastel leopard. I think the spot nose is blushing the head out even more.
I was gonna say the spot nose does stuff with the head, but then spot nose also makes the tail pattern get very, I don't want to say repeated or cloned, but it essentially tries to balance out the tail. I was always told.
I mean, the tail is super reduced.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This might be all 4. I don't know. Wait till it sheds out. And a couple look at some of the other babies. Like there's a pastel blackhead still in the egg.
A little late bloomer.
Yeah, that's a pastel blackhead. I'm not seeing spot nose or leopard in that one, but you never know till they come all the way out. And then the other one, this one, wow, this one's awesome. This one's got a ringer. I didn't even see that when it hatched earlier or when it cut. So I don't know if you can see the ringer right there. Little bit of white there.
Yeah.
I mean, that one, that's got leopard, and I don't know if it's just leopard or if it's leopard and spot nose, but it's got a wicked head. I don't want to mess with them too much.
I like that.
Tough to see.
I'm anxious to see that one out of the egg.
Yeah, that one looks really cool. And then there's another really crazy spot nose leopard looking one ready to come out.
Yeah,
it looks like that other one.
Yeah, I really think, I mean, I've never produced anything spot nose yet. I gotta have the right pairing for that leopard lesser spot nose that I have that was supposed to be a female. But all the stuff I've seen with spot nose, that both of those two that you were showing there definitely look like they've got the spot nose with the leopard in it.
Yeah, and that's just the spot nose, we just have to let them shed out a little bit and grow out, but we'll see. I think they'll prove out. And then what do we hatch? This guy just ate a meal tonight, so I don't want to mess with them too much, but these guys hatched out May 1st. This is just a little red stripe.
Oh, okay.
Single gene red stripe. Got a nice big full belly right there.
He's really clean on the sides too.
Very clean and bright. some of the red stripe stuff is so polymorphic. Some of it's like screams red stripe all day long, and then some of it you're like, is that just a real clean normal or what?
Yeah.
But this was super clean.
That's beautiful looking.
That pairing was what was the pairing for that one? That was first clutch. That was a Enchy red stripe to a black pastel.
Kevin said he had 2 pairings, spot nose clown and het clown with blade and leopard in the mix. That'll be a nice clutch.
Ooh, yeah. So this one is a red stripe Enchy. You can see the banding on it, the Enchy eye stripes.
Yeah.
And it's just a whole different bronze, goldish orange around the back, and the pattern is just so banded.
I love how clean Enchies are.
It's just like Dad.
I didn't have any Enchy in my collection until this year, and I've added an Enchy clown. I've added the high intensity orange dream super Enchy, and then the Parthos super Enchy, which it really surprises me. Like that one that I got at the Gettysburg show.
Yeah.
Like just comparing that super Enchy to the Partho one, and it's like. Like they look so much different because the high intensity orange dream one has so much more pattern to it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild. But I believe this is a black pastel Enchy. I've never hatched one, but it's definitely black pastel. But you can see the Enchy coming through in the oranges. Now, technically, this is a black pastel and Enchy are allelic, I believe. Anybody in the chat correct me if I'm wrong.
I know cinnamon and Enchy are allelic.
Right. So black pastel and cinnamon are, I believe, allelic as well. So I believe Enchy is in that complex. Justin proved it. But this one's neat. It's got the nice patterns on the sides, just the oranges and yellows.
That's very, very nice.
That one just took its first meal, actually, earlier today. He wouldn't take regular meals, and he didn't eat the first couple times for me. I tried ASF, still wouldn't eat. And I was listening to a podcast today with Earl from Lone Star, and he talked about the trick with the vanilla extract.
Yeah.
That snake ate.
See, I've tried that trick, and I have failed miserably every time.
Well, this black pastel, this one did not eat with the trick. But that's just a standard black pastel.
See, I like what the pattern does.
Oh, yeah. Black pastels are beautiful. Let's see if I can get the side pattern, see if it'll stretch out. Just all that chaining and everything.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
We're going to be working Desert Ghost into the black pastel as well.
Well, I know I'll be having my plan anyway is out of my clutch, my last clutch of last year was all DG stuff. And it was a pewter leopard female to a desert ghost male. And I got a pewter leopard male out of it and pastel leopard male, and then a cinnamon female and a normal female. So this, when the females are ready, I'm just curious. I don't know if anybody's ever done it. I'm sure they have, but I'm going to see. I want to pair the pewter leopard to the cinnamon and see what a desert ghost super cine looks like. Hopefully, I'm curious if that would become, because they're dark and they're black for the most part. I mean, some of them kind of brown out. But I'm curious if that would keep it as an all black snake or not.
I think it's gonna wash. Well, I don't think it'll. Super cinnamons are usually a browner. They're not really They're not really as dark black as they can be, but they change a little different. I have a feeling it's gonna make it lighter. I don't know if it'll.
Almost like maybe a silvery color, maybe.
I don't know.
Or grayish.
Maybe like an off brown of some sort. I don't know. I'll do it so we can see.
Well, yeah, we'll find out here soon in like 2 years, maybe. I'm definitely anxious to get those. That pewter leopard, he just shed. And Here, I'll show him off real quick.
Yeah, he was
His
neat.
eye-
He was beautiful. He was beautiful when I was out there and saw him.
Helps if I pull the right tub out. You know, they have labels for a reason, and I don't look. I'll get him, and I'll get his brother out as well.
Yeah, black pastel albino is beautiful, John.
All right, now here's his brother, which is just the pastel leopard.
Yeah.
Which dude, his sides are like so orange.
Oh, so that one I showed's got to have spot nose in it. The pattern was way too whack.
Yeah. But I absolutely, like, this dude has rapidly become my favorite just because of how orange his sides are.
And still how black the blacks are.
Yeah, he's very pure black. And then here's his brother, which is the pewter leopard.
Pewter leopard. Oh, yeah. Dude, imagine spot nose in that pewter leopard. Woo!
Oh man. And his colors, I mean, his colors are very close to his mother's because she's very beautiful still as an adult. But he is definitely, that Het DG is amping his colors up to make him that much brighter, though.
I believe it. That's pretty.
Yeah. I love leopard has rapidly become my favorite gene.
Yeah, definitely leopard is nice to have, and especially your dark stuff. I want to
Yes.
see what I really want to see what it does in a lot of the darker stuff, like the blackhead and the black pastel, even the Huffman. We're working with the Huffman gene. I really want to see what that does to Huffman.
See, I don't know anything about Huffman at all.
It's in the same realm as the black pastel, kind of. I don't know if it is allelic though, with everything, because I know the Het Red is. The Het Red's allelic with black pastel and stuff like that. But I'm not sure about the Huffman. Somebody in the chat might know.
So I would like to see, and Phil's probably got one, like some leopard combos with odium.
Ooh.
I would like to see some of those in person.
Okay.
Because,
yeah.
I think that would be pretty top-notch stuff there.
Yep. Nice.
Does anybody have any questions for Chris? I know we're kind of we're getting close to that 3-hour mark. I don't know if anybody has any questions for Chris. I also don't know how late you can stay up, Chris.
Hey, I gotta be up at 5:30, so
Okay,
it's not too big of a deal. You're right there.
I see. I'm right there with you. So
I usually have an easy day at work though, but
so I don't even know what I'm getting into tomorrow. All I know is someone's having a driveway getting ripped up, and I'm making the mess. That's all I know.
it's a Phil like this one. An Enchi Inferno.
Inferno.
So
Now,
yeah, it's Hidden Gene Woma, Yellow Belly, and I want to say Pastel. Is it Inferno? I'm not positive though. No, I'm thinking about it.
That's really nice.
Little muddied up in some of it's a little bit of dirty and noise in here, but the yellows and just the whites are so crisp on it. And it's a female, so I figured I had to add her to the army.
Definitely. That's beautiful. Phil says he has some leopard odium stuff.
All right. That's what we'll be looking for.
Yeah, Phil, you can just bring some leopard odium to the barbecue, and yeah, you can just let it here.
This girl just glows as well.
Ooh,
Super Enchi, Yellow Belly, Pastel.
see, I've noticed a lot of people are trying to cut Pastel out of their combos, but Pastel does some really good stuff in combos.
Yep, you just got to get it with the right stuff.
That's nice, dude.
I mean, it's still a little muddy for a Super Enchi, but I mean, you put fire or something else in this, it'll clean it right up in that head stamp.
Oh, dude, I love Super Enchi heads.
Yeah, green eyes. Yeah, she's a pretty girl.
Very, very nice. Kevin wants to know if you're working with any super blackheads.
I have not hit a super yet, but it's on the agenda.
Okay, how about blackhead and lav?
No, I do not have lavender albino yet. That might be another thing we got to take from Phil.
Phil, we're going to raid your house or your
Yep.
snake room.
This girl's pretty exciting too. Picked her up on a whim last year. Enchi chocolate.
And okay.
Double het hypo clown.
Ooh, okay.
So next year, my killer hypo clown will be hopefully we'll be producing some chocolate hypo clowns.
So you've got, dude, you're freaking killing it over there. You got some amazing stuff in the works, and that you're producing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good year. A lot of holdbacks, so I'm gonna have a lot. We're gonna have a lot of stuff available. I gotta make room.
Sean says, "Thank you for showing off your collection tonight. Very impressive."
Absolutely, Sean, man. When we have if we have a fall thing, you're gonna be invited.
I say my collection's small and very not as impressive, so we'll have a short visit down here in the snake room.
Well, you gotta look at the years too. You know, it's taken me 13 years to build this. You know,
Well, that's
or not
very
13. I'm sorry, 9.
Well, still, I mean, that is very true.
Mhm.
And that's one thing too. I do want I joke around about it, but the biggest thing is in this industry hobby, never compare yourself to somebody else. You just gotta go at your own pace, and you are where you are, and you grow as it works for you. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm on a semi-fixed budget at the moment with everything, so I had to have basically the snakes pay for themselves right now, and I'm okay with that. It means I have to grow a little bit slower yet, but hey, eventually when the time comes, I'll be there. And like Phil says, it takes time. It really, really does.
Absolutely.
And it also gives me that time to get everything where I need it and want it. Just like this with expanding the snake room. If I had a crap ton of snakes in here, I probably wouldn't be able to do that expansion as easily as what I will be able to now.
No, because you got to move them all out, worry about keeping them warm, and
Yep.
definitely makes it more tough.
So let's see. What else haven't we seen that you're working with, Chris? Feel like we're missing some stuff.
Well, I have the green tree pythons are upstairs in a separate aquarium or in a separate unit with the carpet python. I co-have those.
Which I think that's actually a pretty neat thing too, because you showed me that enclosure.
Yeah. I co-have those. Those are upstairs. Those are more just like pets. I got two male, I believe they're Sarong locality, male green tree pythons. One's got a lot of blue on it. And then we actually just picked up a female this year, but she's only about a year old, if that. So we got a ways time off for that project.
Yeah.
And then the carpet she's just a pet. I really have no interest in breeding the carpet pythons at this time. This guy's a ivory enchi.
I was gonna say it's either something ivory or
a little poop on his face.
I wasn't sure if maybe it was like a puma something and the camera just was kind of blushing out the orange hue and making it more of a white.
Yeah, he's a good stud.
That's one thing I'm anxious to also start doing is making some puma stuff. I think that's a really neat project.
Pumas are pretty wild. We produced a super spark bumblebee 2 years ago. He just started breeding this year, so I have a clutch in the incubator from him. I think he was bred to a yellow belly, so that'll be fun.
Now, what does he look like?
He's pretty much all white.
Oh, okay.
Show you this girl first.
Oh, dude, I love it when they're at that stage.
Yeah, so she's just starting to go through her octonogenic.
I can't say it right either, so I'm right there with you.
But yeah, she's starting. The greens are coming in. So she's Biak locality, which really doesn't matter. I'm not too, the localities in green trees, it depends. There's no localities with the designers.
Yeah.
But she looks good. So she's growing great, eating good. I really want to get a red one.
Oh, yeah. The one I had years ago was a Biak, and she had some really pretty blues. She had an awful lot of yellow on her. And she was a sweetheart during the daytime, but at nighttime, dude, holy crap, you could not go anywhere near her cage.
Yeah, that's how this one is.
But see, she's doing pretty good. I guess if you had the lights on, but
yeah. She's
there's another species though that has a bad rep for being very bitey and nippy, and there she was doing just fine.
Yeah. But it's all about how you handle them and how you go in and approach them. If I were to just reach my hand in and grab her, she would have lit me up.
Oh,
You pull the branch out, you get her used to it, and once they realize you're not a threat, usually everything's pretty chill.
Phil says he's jealous. That's like with Xena. Like on my one video, someone commented about you gotta just be assertive and go in there. It's like, maybe with some snakes that works.
Mm-hmm.
If you work and know Xena enough, if you just reach in there assertive, she's gonna let you know where you stand, and it's not where you think.
She will correct you real quick.
Yes, she will let you know you are in her house. I have noticed though, and this goes back to something that Nicole had said earlier, with kind of opening up the enclosure and letting them come out.
Yep.
If you open up the top and she's out and about and cruising a little bit, she will come out completely fine, and you'd never know that she had that defensive bone in her body. But if you reach in there and you be assertive with her, it's not going to go well. When you go and you touch her with a hook just to let her know, hey, you're here, something's going to be going on, her head whips around. I mean, she's very jumpy and defensive still in the enclosure.
They're very alert.
Yes. And they're always thinking. I don't care what anybody says. There are some species of snakes that are always thinking, and you can see the gears turning. Carpets are one of them. Green trees, I think, are one.
Retics.
Retics. Everybody says about how smart retics are.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So this is the Super Spark Pastel Spider, and the only reason I know he's Spider is because he has a bit of a tilt. So he doesn't really corkscrew, but you can tell he's Spider because he's tilt. He's got a little bit of a head tilt when he gets excited, but virtually he's an all-white snake.
He basically is.
He's a little dirty. Is he super? No, he's not a super pastel. He's just a Super Spark Bumblebee. He's got a little bit of pattern and a little bit of kind of dirtiness coming in, but you probably can't see it on there.
And so he on the camera, he is like just glowing for me. Like he legit just looks basically all white, like you said.
Yep, pretty much. And like I said, the only reason you can tell Spider's in there because he does have a little bit of a head pattern there. So
there I can see a little bit of something.
Yeah. So hopefully when we breed him, we can breed the Spider out and make some pumas and some pastel pumas and stuff like that with them. So that's the plan down the road. And I got a couple ivory girls that he'll go to in the future.
Oh, okay.
That way everything will be a puma with whatever else, whatever Godoms are in there.
See, I want to make a pastel leopard puma.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw one of those, dude, that's what made me want to work with puma or that complex anyway to begin with the Spark and Yellow Belly mix was the pastel leopard puma. That was an astonishing looking animal.
Yeah, the leopard is just key in that. It brings out so much pattern, and the ivories and the pumas, all of them. Almost any white snake, man, you throw a leopard in it, it's crazy. Leopard and a little enchy. Whew.
Will says puzzle clowns, weirdo puzzles, lava albino puzzles would be way out of his price range without. Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to buy from Ozzy.
Oh. Dude, I would one day I will own a snake from Ozzy.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
One day I will, but with it coming from Ozzy, it does carry a certain price tag, and rightfully so. To me, I think it deserves that price tag.
Absolutely.
But it definitely, I mean, you're getting basically the creme de la creme of quality if you're getting from Ozzy, especially Orange Dream stuff.
Oh yeah. So we hatched this girl out last year. This is a super pastel Puma spider, possible pinstripe, but just like that last guy. I mean, it's virtually a solid white snake.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason, like, once again, the spider, I think I saw a little bit of tilt, so that's why I'm assuming the spider. And then the super pastel is just completely washing out the Puma. And I mean, that leads to, you can't even tell pinstripes in there. I mean, virtually, it's just a white snake.
Yeah.
She's going to the shed as well. But, you know, she hatched out, and I'm like, well, how do you sell this animal? How can you sell that? I mean, you can put possible this, possible that, but you're going to be underbidding yourself with it. So
yeah.
I was, well, whatever, we'll keep her.
Prove her out and see what she is, and then go from there.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, it says 2K is pretty cheap for a super pastel OD weirdo het puzzle that he just got from him.
So yeah, it's not bad.
I have no idea what that combo runs. I won't deny it. But
look what the visual is.
Well, yeah, the visuals tank. Yeah. I'm a firm believer, though, you pay for what you get.
Absolutely.
Like with Justin, I expect, snakes from Justin to be higher than the average. Like there's just like the big name breeders, I expect a little bit more because they've earned that little bit more, I think, in my opinion, anyway.
No, I agree.
Shoot, what was I drew a blank on what I was gonna say. I can't remember.
I think we kind of covered almost everything in the collection. I mean, a few other little things, but as far as different species, I think that's about it. I forget what the number is, but that's kind of like where I'm at. The ball pythons fuel the fire, and they're awesome to work with, and there's a lot of things still to be made, no matter how many people, no matter how many thousands or whatever are produced, there's still going to be options out there.
Yeah,
but I like the challenge of a new species. So like each year, I want to try to reproduce a different species, at least one. And that's kind of where, the whole Reptilia came in from, instead of just being called pythons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to be a broad base. So it keeps it interesting on my end.
Now, what's one species you'd like to add in the future?
Bolins.
Oh,
dude, hands down, Bolins, man. I'd love to get a pair of them.
They look very similar to white lips, though, don't they? They're just bigger, correct?
Yes and no. They're different of pattern. They change colors as they go through adulthood, from babies to adults. But they have the same kind of look almost as a white lip. But I would characterize them more as like Anterasia. I tell you what, when my son's ready to take care of his own animal, I'm going to start him off with some of them, the children's.
I know a guy that can hook you up, Chris.
Yep. Now, hands down, the Bolins, man. I mean, that would be the dream snake to work with. There's many on the bucket list, but if I could pick one pair or something and give up half my collection, it would be the Bolins in a heartbeat.
There's not many of those around. Am I correct? They're very, very hard to find.
And if you can find them,
are they difficult to breed? Is that
they are?
Issue? Okay,
they are. What's his name? Ari. I can't think of his last name. There's a guy that Ari. He does a lot of traveling to where they're endemic from. I forget where it's at, and studies them in their natural habitat, and has a collection of some. And there's a few guys that have bred them, but not many. They're very.
I wonder if that's something where they keep it kind of secretive as to how to go about doing it. So that way they have, because the whole industry's become very, if you keep secrets from everybody, like you've kind of put the nail in your own coffin, so to speak.
Oh yeah, and that's how it was back in the day. Like when I was first involved in the reptiles back in 93, 92, 91, when albino boas were just coming out and the first albino balls and pieds were coming out for, 20 grand. It was very secretive. Nobody wanted to help you out. Nobody gave you the time of the day. And your typical reptile guy was, the guy with tattoos and long hair. Now you have guys like, Justin, prim cut, preem clean cut, family, religious man, you still have Kevin McCurley. He's still kind of a very eccentric guy, he speaks true reptile people. But then,
I love watching Kevin though, especially when he does like little impersonations of stuff.
Yeah, that guy, he's a nut, but he is an intelligent man. I don't care what anybody has to say about him. That guy is intelligent, and he does a lot for the community. Whether the people that don't like him or do like him, he does do a lot.
Yes.
And then you got somebody like Miguel, sells all his gyms and drops hundreds of $1,000s into his collection, but the man is killing it.
That's one thing I like. Now you like everybody apparently gave like because the whole thing that happened with Miguel was like before I fully got into the hobby, but apparently like it seems like everybody gave or a lot of people gave Miguel a lot of crap.
Oh yeah,
and it's like okay, so what? He bought a bunch of snakes to get where he's at. Everybody had to buy snakes to get where you're at. I mean, you either sacrifice time or you sacrifice money. Either way, you got to start somewhere. He just had the money to do it.
Yeah, the man did nothing wrong.
No.
Yeah,
and he's killing it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I always enjoy watching his stuff.
Oh yeah. He's easily going to bring in $1 million this year. Easily.
Oh, dude, the stuff he hatches and shows off is just like, oh my God, I'd love to have it.
I love how I really love how he's not arrogant. He's very what's the word I'm looking for? Damn it. He's very open.
Yeah, he's very approachable.
Yeah, it's not the word I'm looking for though, but he's very open with what he's making. I mean, he does have some secrets on like what he's breeding and whatnot, but that's to everybody's own opinion. If they want to, keep it to themselves, that's fine. But with what he does sell and the money he makes and the market and how it's going, he's great for the industry. He's a good ambassador for the industry.
Oh yeah, and then with what he's doing with
Mexico.
Opening up his stuff to the Mexico trade aspect of it too.
Yeah, insane. He's gonna go big. I mean, he's going big. He's there.
Bill says confident. That'd be a good way to describe it.
Yeah, but that's not the word I was looking through. He doesn't really hide much. He'll tell you, what he's making or what he's selling or what something could be potentially worth.
Is transparent what you're looking for?
Transparent. That's it. That's the word. Yep. I feel he is.
No, I agree. I mean, he's one guy I would like to at some point try to get to come on the show. I think that'd be I think he'd be a good time to have on the show. 2, very informative, and I think that would be make an awesome show.
It would. I think he's going to be tougher to get on than Ozzy. Well, I mean, he's probably be tougher than Cusco, but yeah, I mean, it took how long did it take MJ to get him on his? It took and Miguel's his boy. It took him a while to get him on there. He's just a busy guy, man. He's always in Mexico now.
So yeah, he does a lot of trips. Like I did not realize how often he's going here and there, like doing his thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's smart. He wants to be hands-on on the groundwork and know who he's dealing with down there and selling and sending, all these snakes to. So I don't blame him one bit.
No, I don't either.
Energy. Yeah, he definitely puts energy in there.
Oh, wait. What Jeremy is saying without saying is he is a huge get compared to Chris laughing.
Well.
Creative says I would put my subs over 1,000. Dude, if I could hit when I hit 1,000 subs, I'll be happy. I mean, it won't it won't change how I look at the channel. It won't change how I do anything. It's more of a milestone for me. Like it's something where, okay, yes, I'll go for the monetization aspect of it. But like Adam said multiple times, I mean, it's like you're not going to become rich over doing YouTube on the reptile stuff unless you're maybe Justin or someone that's got several like 20, 30,000 subs, something like that, and you're getting outrageous watch hours.
Right.
Then okay, you're going to start cranking in some money off of it. But if it pays for rats, I'm happy.
Yeah.
It pays for rats. I get to help people get exposure. I get free advertisement for my animals because people get to see what I'm producing. It just, Florida Born says super chats are good. I know it was funny. I felt really appreciative. The first live that Florida Born was on, I think it was with Billy. They were trying to send me a super chat, and I felt really bad. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not that important yet. I'm just a wee feller. Validating, yes. 1,000 subs is validating. I think that's a good way to put it, Phil. That's a very good way to put it, I think.
I like that.
But we're all right. We're at like 3 hours. Does anybody have any more questions or any questions for Chris or myself before we hop off here? I do want to congratulate John from Inquiline for winning the license plate and a whole buttload of stickers, which I'm dropping. So John was the 700 sub winner. And like I said, John, if you're still watching, I will get a hold of you tomorrow because it's really late tonight for me. And I'll see if you want to wait for your shirt or, all right, John's still in here. Okay, awesome. Thank you, dude. So I'll wait to see if you still want to wait for your shirt or if you want me to send it out for the shirt because I won't be getting the shirt until hopefully I'll be picking up June 25th when I go down to Nathan's place. And I'll just kind of get everything. Rob says, don't forget you need to sign it.
I was just going to say, Rob,
if you want me to sign it, I mean, I can't guarantee you my signature will be worth the metal that it is printed on, but I will sign it wherever you want it signed if that's what you would like. While we see if anybody has any questions on, okay, John says that he'll wait for his shirt. Okay, awesome. Next live will be Eric from Drop Time Reptiles on the 12th. On the 19th, we have Stephen and Courtney from Leviathan Snakes. On June 26th, we have Baker from Blue Line Morphs.
That should be fun.
Yes. Baker's got, just in his videos, he's got so much energy.
He's a funny dude.
Dude, he is. I love his channel.
Oh, I love when he makes fun of himself. Did you see the one where Gomez shot the video for him because he was at a bachelor party and Gomez came down and pulled an egg? Pulled eggs for him.
I think I do remember that one.
You got to go back and watch that one. Oh, it was so funny. He was just cracking jokes about how Bake does his input and stuff. It was great. Sorry, go ahead.
I will have to go back and watch that one because I think I do vaguely remember it, but I'm always up for a good laugh. July 3rd is Ryan from Smitty's Serpents. July 10th, we have King Austin from Royal Highness Pythons. We've got Austin coming on. So the only person I have to nail down yet from that crew is Lord of Lion.
Lord of Lion.
Which hopefully one day I can get him. We'll see.
We will work on Austin that night, and because that's Austin's boy. So you work on Austin that night, he'll get him in. That's
true. I know at some point I'm going to have Jaffe come on. So I know I already talked to him. He's already game for whenever.
Sweet.
So
He's always
What's that?
He's on here on Fridays a lot. He's good to talk to.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I think he was on Paul's live a couple months back before Paul stopped doing his lives, and I really enjoyed that. July 17th, we have Danny from DTMG on with us, so we get that. I'm anxious for that.
Dude, he's gonna bust your balls all night.
Oh, dude, that's fine with me, dude. That is fine with me. I'm anxious to get to meet him in person because he does the little bit of talking that I've got to do with him. He was just fun.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
July 24th, we have Brian Cusco from Triple B.
Woo!
That is going to be another. I'm really looking forward to that one because I think Brian brings a completely different type of positive energy to the community. Like, he's very inspiring, very positive, and he's very honest. Like,
Whole different level right there.
Yeah, he's just a really great dude. When he said he would come on, I was to the freaking moon and back on that one. And then July 31st, we have Sal from Gomez Pythons coming on. So funny thing, we could ask him about the egg pulling for Baker.
Dude, I'll be in the chats. Trust me.
So we've got a lot of people, a lot of awesome guests lined up, and probably the end of June, I'm going to start booking for August. I like to be like a month or two ahead, so probably about end of June sometime is when I'll start booking for August. So
sweet.
I have a list already. So once I get through that majority of that list, I'm going to be taking more. What do I want to say? More suggestions from everybody in the chat as to who they'd like to see. So
Creative just chimed in. They said, try to get Catherine on. She'd be an interesting brain to pick.
Catherine
from MC's crew.
Yes.
Yep.
How did I forget Catherine? That's because she's always so quiet. I guess she kind of. But you're right, because she does her own thing too.
Yep, she's got her own stuff on the side, but she's pretty much the technical team there at MC. She does, well, besides the editing, but she does a lot of the tech stuff for Billy.
So she does a lot of the Husbandry Pro stuff.
Yep.
That's true. Where's my pen? Where's my list? Because I'm an idiot, and it's on the back.
Creative just said she was on Reptile Awards live. I didn't see that one. I don't know, Will. We don't need them on once a week. Maybe once every couple months. Chad. Chad's fluffing his own self.
Dude, I like the night. Like, one, I love having Chad on the channel for the normal ball python talk. But when him and I did our May the 4th be with you special, dude, that was a completely different level of nerdy that I just loved. It was great. We talked a little bit of snakes, but it was just like all Star Wars talk, which I never get to talk Star Wars with many people at all, because everybody's just like, it was just a movie. But Chad gets it. Chad gets it. He understands the obsession.
That's great.
Sean says he thinks she was on Trap Talk too.
Yeah, I think she was on with MJ. Yeah.
So
cool.
All right. Well, if nobody has anything, hell yeah. If nobody has anything else, any questions for Chris, because I don't think I missed anything while I was going through the list. No, I didn't.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's going to wrap up tonight, everybody. Chris, thank you so much for being on, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Hang on 1 second after we end this.
Okay.
And my next video will be coming out Wednesday as usual. It will be on semi-clear, clear, or gray tubs, what I think is best and what I use and my experiences with it. And then I did take some short videos, so I'll have a short coming out this week for sure. And then we have our live next Sunday. So stay tuned for that, everybody. Thank you for all this love and support. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, drop a comment down below. Let me know what stuff you'd like to see video-wise for content in the future. And also let me know, let me get through my list a little bit on guests and stuff, and then I'll start taking more suggestions. So until next time, everybody, catch you later.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.